Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a Saturday night, and we got some wrestling on tap for you tonight. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe as we bring you Saturday night main event, WWE's quarterly special. It's going to be a fun one, folks. We got lots to talk about, lots to get into. How will this impact Money in the Bank and SummerSlam? Plus, all the wrestling news, all the wrestling fun. Get in that chat. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind. But other than that, strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and let's go. Zing, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we bring you WWE Saturday night main event tonight. John Cena, R-Truth, Jey Uso against Logan, a steel cage match, a women's match added last night, and so much more. It's going to be a fun one here, folks. As always, our Saturday nights are rocking on the channel. So make sure you get in there, like, share, subscribe. Take this link, send it to everybody you know. Plus, make sure you click those little reaction buttons. They help the algorithm, and we appreciate it. But it's going to be a fun one. Me and that pretty face have you for the next few hours. And if you don't know who we are, well, I am Mr. Overnight KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick. And remember, folks, if John Cena wins, we riot.
We riot. Let's go. Love it. Love it. We already saw people entering the building, getting ready for tonight. But if John Cena if John Cena pulls it off, we riot. That's it. Can't have it. Unacceptable.
Well,
this is a boyhood dream.
Last night from R-Truth and everything like that. Even Paul, he still had the comedy aspect into it, but was still serious of, I'll beat the hustle, loyalty, respect out your ass.
Yeah, like right back into you. Like he still believes in him. He just feels like he's lost his way.
Yeah, he's the little goblin guy from Lord of the Rings there. He got corrupted by power.
Got him.
Yes, Schmeagol. But
Schmeagol.
I want Truth to win this. I know it's a non-title. I almost still wish it was a title match. Just for those extra moments would feel a bit crazy if he gets a really close 2.5 count. I still think it would be a good match. Has that match overshadowed Jey and Logan, or which one would you say is higher on the card? Which one ends the show?
I don't know. I mean, again, if we're not expecting a whole lot of big things other than kind of the sentimentality of John Cena and R-Truth, it might not be the main event unless there's something else happening or something tied into it.
In my soul, something.
A lot of people think maybe. Overshadow, no. I think everyone's kind of in their own lane right now. And John Cena's a lot about the retirement tour, such with Jey Uso, Logan, even Damian and Drew. They've really kind of carved out their own little path here. And I think, I think Saturday Night Main Event setting up to be a pretty fun one.
Yeah, well, I'm actually surprisingly excited. I say surprisingly because they just added it, Zelina and Chelsea, because I still kind of feel, especially a bit because they added it last minute, it could go either way. We were praising Zelina last night, but you still can't ever rule out Chelsea. They know as quick as she lost it, she could get it back.
Yeah, Chelsea's been solid. She's been outstanding. I was surprised that she dropped the belt in the first place. I didn't feel like now was the time for her to lose that belt. So, okay, Vega gets her moment. Does she now give it back? Is this an ongoing feud now that heads into Money in the Bank? Well, we'll see. Is Chelsea destined for, going after the world titles, or, is she going to continue to kind of chase Zelina? So we'll see. Chelsea might be moving on from this kind of mid-card division. She might have earned the next step up.
Well, then who faces Zelina? We thought it was going to be somebody like a Julia last night. Julia's now in the Money in the Bank, which it still could be Julia all the way till Money in the Bank. But yeah,
I think that opens it wide up, Nick. I think there's a few options. Even now, like a Candice LeRae in a way, if they work this properly. There's something there, but I mean, again, I think there's going to be a few women that don't get into Money in the Bank. That we'll see how that pivots. It's wide open if Chelsea Green is to win her title back. I've long petitioned for playing a little bit of hot potato with these belts, so I got no problem with it. And every time they kind of announce a title match, you got to think for a second, like, could it happen? Could tonight be the night?
Well, and especially with this, they just added it last minute. And again, as much as we love Zelina, she doesn't feel, for whatever reason, like she's solidified of, she's the unbeatable champion. She could drop it out of the draw at any moment.
Absolutely. So they did add this one. Of course, Damian and Drew are going to be in a steel cage match. Again, this is going to be very interesting. I think this is going to be or it could be the blow off for this finally, and we'll see where it goes from there. I know you and I have different opinions on this, but I'm looking forward to this. I really liked what they did last night. I really kind of amped for this match. I think it's going to be a hard-hitting battle.
I'm not opposed to the match. Just please let it be the end. Both men at this point are allegedly banged up and everything. Even I saw it before we went live of Drew can't look left or anything like that. Just let this die. The feud has reached its climax, its pinnacle here. Of what else do you do after a match?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're kind of getting near that crescendo for sure. Unless they have something very big planned for the next one. But ultimately, I mean, again, the concern becomes Drew beats Damian, say, and Drew moves on. But where does Drew go? Drew's not going to go after Cena. So
Jacob, I mean,
okay, go Jacob.
Yeah, he slides into the U.S. title if I'm
but
being
Jacob's
honest.
busy
He goes
with
there,
family.
Nakamura.
Nakamura and Black are getting set up, and I think that you have Solo to kind of work out before Drew gets in there.
So, well, you mean Priest?
No, I said Drew.
Well, Drew, if he wins this, I think he starts going back towards the world title.
But he's not. You really see Drew going after John Cena?
That's the only thing is big. Well, would Drew be able to still qualify for the Money in the Bank again? Third times in a row. Third time's the charm.
Could be. I mean, he could technically do it. I mean, that would be a very interesting part of this. Of maybe he wins Money in the Bank. Cody beats John on his way out, and Money Bank gets cashed in on Cody. Not a bad show.
Punk. Or he cashes in on Punk, but that's the thing. Is I see fully though what you're saying of right now. Heel Drew McIntyre is not going after heel John Cena. Yeah. I was just trying to find a way that we get a Jey Uso Drew story, but Drew's on SmackDown.
Yeah, and again, I mean, people are still kind of waiting a little bit, and it's funny because as much as we criticize it, every year there's a buzz of when's the draft? When's the draft? Are we going to get a draft? There's going to be a draft. Then they announce the draft. People are like, we hate the draft. But regardless, there's still the rumor of an impending draft that might shake things up quite a bit.
Yeah, but do they follow it? It took them literally until pretty much right before WrestleMania for them to really start to follow who's on what show.
Yeah, I think, running through another draft, I think initially on the onset, you're going to try your best. I mean, I think they're going to be loosey-goosey with some of the top guys. As far as you want to see Roman on both shows at times, or a Cena, depending on what the storyline is. So, yeah, be curious. I always defend them as like, they're going to get it this time, but if
they're going to do the draft, they have to treat it like an actual draft. Like, you can't have, respectfully, Carmelo Hayes be the number 3 pick type of deal. Like maybe unless
that's a problem.
You're involving NXT or something like that. Like, you should have like a Roman Reigns or a CM Punk or a Seth Rollins or even say a Braun Breaker's top 5 picks, all of that.
Right. I mean, again, I think you have to do it proper. Yeah, and you got to make it make sense. And this whole like, well, we just want to kind of keep it even. No, you draft the best. You draft the best at the best time. You make it open, and that's where it becomes a lot of fun. You can still get people, your big name value returning to the same show if you do it properly. But at the end of the day, do it. You got to make it feel real.
Yeah, if you're going to make a spectacle, if you're going to make a showcase out of it, you have to treat it seriously. Otherwise, we're not going to treat it seriously.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, like I think there's some, again, you want it to matter. You really do want it to matter. So that's their job to make it make sense.
Right. But so back to the match. I'm taking Drew. You're taking Priest?
I'm taking Drew McIntyre. Oh, for sure.
Okay, so we're in agreement on Drew.
A lot of people, I was actually surprised with the number of people that have taken Priest in this one, thinking that Priest gets this one, and then there's one more to be had between these two, which I'm perfectly okay with if they build to like a last man standing or a false, something beyond this. I don't know. Drew wins tonight. This goes to bed. Damian wins tonight. We got one more round in the chamber.
I don't even think if whoever wins, this is another round in the chamber. Like, how do you follow up? I know you mentioned a last man standing and everything.
Yeah, there's options.
Yeah, but make sense. You just had a street fight. Now we have a cage match. Do we have to have another stipulation match that they don't even feel exactly like they're escalating? They just feel like they're even.
No, I think they're escalating. It feels like, to me, the going into the steel cage this time feels a little more, intense than the street fight they had before. And again, as long as they keep, we've watched, Drew goes through a windshield. They've been brawling. Last night, they're brawling everywhere. If they maintain this, I'm all for it. I think this is a good rivalry. It's stretched out over a few months, as it should be. I mean, I don't feel like it's boring. I don't feel like it's been too long.
This is going back to WrestleMania 40 is how long this feud's kind of been
which is good. I mean, the best stuff, like when you look at stories of the year, they go for months, Nick. That's long-term storytelling. To do it, for a couple months and then move on has been a problem of the wrestling booking in the past. This, again, we'll see. If McIntyre wins, we can end it. But if Damian wins, it might not be over. It might not, because, again, they are keeping each other busy because John Cena has that world title right now. That is part of the X factor in all this. But I got no problem with these two beating each other up.
But I like them both in like the U.S. division right now. It's one of those I think we've just come down to the end of the road with this feud. If it's going all the way back to WrestleMania 40,
that's not a long time.
That's a whole year plus.
We're not going on this. I mean, yeah, the cash out, but they weren't even on the same shows for a long while. Then Damian switched over, and it's only been the last 2 months that it's really heated up between these guys again. That's just playing on the old history. They haven't been feuding for since WrestleMania 40. Sorry, I thought you meant 41, and I just let it slide.
No.
Yeah, no, this hasn't been like Drew just spent 6, 7, 8 months with CM Punk. So Drew was doing nothing with Damian Priest for a long while. Then he went after the bloodline. So this Damian Drew thing is not like super, super long. WrestleMania 40, Damian had his moment, but that's part of the precipice of this whole long-term storytelling.
I think it's the start of this story, and I think we're at the last chapter here. I see some people in the chat. We'll say hi to the chat in a minute here, but
yes,
I see some people saying Hell in a Cell following this, but so we're just following a cage with a bigger cage.
Yeah, I don't know about going from cage to cage. That's not necessarily where I would take it, but again, I think there are options. There are definitely ways to escalate this again. Will they do it? I don't know. I mean, it all depends. And like I said, Drew McIntyre for me needs to be around the world title. It's not going to happen on SmackDown right now. We got to wait this out. Drew McIntyre versus Cody or someone else at some point makes a lot of sense. But as long as Big John's got the belt, Drew doesn't make sense. So we'll see what happens.
Well, transitioning to another match that we have on the card we have Seth and Braun taking on Sammy and Punk. Could Drew be the third guy?
I don't think so. I think he's too big. I think he's too one-man show. I think it's too much of a personality. If you bring in Seth,
a follower,
I don't think like him taking orders from Seth, and that doesn't exactly play well with me. Them, Sami Zayn makes sense. I can make Sammy work. Austin Theory is a good one because you can understand why Seth could control him. Drew, maybe not. Too much of a I don't think so.
Fair enough. I'll give you that. I don't see him really being a take orders from Heyman kind of guy. But I mean, you did have Drew before in the past that was trying to buddy up with Seth and say, see, we're fighting the same goal here, all of that.
Yeah.
So there is that potential. But do you have? Do you think we see the third band tonight? Do we get that reveal?
I think tonight would be a good night to do it. It's a special show. If you don't do it tonight, like I think the 2-on-2 scenario sets up the bad guy goes and pulls another pawn out of his pocket, right? To me, that lines up really well. But yeah, I could see it tonight. I really could. Unless you're waiting for something.
That, and I think it's a way to get out of Dodge with no one takes an L. This might be where I would honestly almost predict nobody wins, or, somehow Punk and Sammy win by disqualification. I don't see the Sami Zayn heel turn happening at all. I know some people think he'll switch and be the third man. I think it's too much of the moral compass in this whole situation.
But it's so good when that falls apart.
Yeah, but so then he was what? He's been on the side with Kevin the whole time and everything? Like,
nope.
That's the thing. I just, I don't see it. I don't want it. It would just it would be super shocking, but it just feels like such a like a change of pace with his character. Like, it's so going complete 180 on it.
Well, I mean, again, he was a heel for how long before this all runs? So never say never, and I don't trust it. They've kind of teased it. They've made us kind of think twice about it.
He got his ass kicked for a whole Monday Night Raw to be the third guy, or is that what converted him?
You can't beat him, join him.
Well, he joined him and still got his ass beat.
Right. Sammy heel turn tonight, just like Orndorff turned on Hogan in Saturday Main Event back in the day, says Chambers. All right, let's say hello to the people. We're clicking through time here. We got about 12 minutes before the start of Saturday Main Event. Folks, don't forget, we are back tomorrow. We got Double or Nothing and Battleground, a stack night. The predictions titles on the line. Congratulations to the winner of last night's belt. But it is being defended again tonight. So make sure you get in that chat. Wait for the prompts. You will see them in the chat when we want you to make your predictions. If you don't predict within the window, you don't get the points. And a small card generally means a tiebreaker. So get your answers in quick. Beyond that, folks, we got lots coming your way. And we definitely should say hello to everybody.
Right.
Clay Lewis, first one in the chat tonight. Michael Spikes, welcome. Kevin, Amber, how you doing? Brandon, back at it again. How you doing? Alexis is with us. Eric, always a pleasure, buddy. Hope it can continue the momentum of last night's SmackDown and TNA Under Siege. SmackDown was a hell of a show last night. It's one of the better SmackDowns of 2025. I liked it a lot, Nick. So, yeah, and I expect tonight to be fun.
Oh, absolutely. Tonight will be exactly that, a fun show. Last night's SmackDown had the work rate. It had the surprise moments. It had a little bit of everything for anyone. And don't turn away from us. You can watch this show afterwards. But did you see that TNA is doing Under Siege? They're re-airing Under Siege for free on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Wait, time out. Would that not piss you off if you spent $12.90?
Yes. I thought that same kind of thing.
Dear TNA, fuck you. That's not very nice.
I want my $10.
Well, listen, I already had a problem with them because the way it works in Canada, now they are with one of the sports providers. So TNA is essentially taking an open spot. So you can get TNA, their library, their shows, but you have to go through the sports channel here. But I already had a Plus membership, and they it's a long story. They wouldn't refund my membership because it's useless in my country.
So now they need $20.
Yeah, I got to go pay a different subscription. So
right.
Just jacking everybody everywhere. Dro, how you doing? Looking forward to seeing our truth. Absolutely. TJ, welcome back. Good to see you. What's up, Christian Power? Vintage 80s WWE action figures. Returning Randy Savage and Ultimate Warrior, ready to grab your pagers. Let's go. Do the fascination. Do the fascination because your Saturday night obsession is here. Let's go.
That was a lot of words that I don't know what made sense of it.
I have vitamins aplenty. I'm ready. Let's go, Adrian. How you doing? Grab your snacks. Grab your feel good. Let's go. Happy Saturday, Ken. Heel Anthony back with us. What's up, Jose? Always a pleasure, sir. If Cena wins, we riot. Jose's right about that. Let's go.
Facts.
It'd be fun. I like it. And I mean, the way you pitched it last night, I was like, this works. I mean, do that. Especially if you have somebody returning to kind of throw them off. And then Cena gets to turn the anger to like, you caused me to lose to this moron. Like, way to go. Like,
or even still, Truth could get the win, and then he just beats the ever-loving shit out of our Truth afterwards.
That's true too, right? Like, don't. Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to go about it as well. You know, Truth finds a way to get a sneaky win, and Cena makes him pay for it.
Because it is really interesting of the whole does Cena take an L before he drops the
Yeah,
title?
I don't know. I don't
That's the big
know.
question. That's the big question.
And 9 times out of 10, I'd say no. I was mad that Tony Storm took a pin, last week. I don't like champions getting pinned unless it's,
But it's non-title. Why is it non-title then? Is it because are they discrediting R-Truth that much that it can't be a title match because
he hasn't earned the title shot?
Yeah.
I think if it was, I think the non-title makes it more plausible and at least creates the conversation of could R-Truth actually win. The title's on the line. I think everybody completely dismisses R-Truth's chance. We don't see it happening. But you go non-title, and guys like
you're
you
saying there's a chance.
Yeah, right. Slippery little guys like you slipping in there and going, wait, what about this? So yeah, right. Pause. But I mean, again, it's a very good question of could it actually happen?
Right.
Roll Tide. Welcome to Saturday Night Main Event. Tonight we have Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Eastern Conference Final and NBA Western Conference Final, plus Money in the Bank in New Orleans, and tomorrow a full day of wrestling. Will someone let Melcher know all the stuff that's on TV tonight? Let them all know. But thank you, Roll Tide. Ken, how you doing? Mike, how you doing? Dennis, how you doing? Chris, welcome back. I think that's Chris. Chris, we'll go with Chris.
Chrissy Bees.
Boston. Wrestling Proud, back at it again. Christian, I think I got you already. Cherokee George, good evening. Whoever ends up beating Gunther, whoever ends up battling Gunther wins. Breaker Rollins should win. Sammy is dead weight. Be nice. God help R-Truth with crazy Cena. A lot of good points there.
Right. Not much to be in disagreement with. I that's why I think Jay wins tonight over Logan, because you're resetting up Jay versus Gunther.
I think we're running that back. So we do Jay versus Gunther. Then the question becomes, can Jay beat him twice?
Yeah.
That's a tough shout. Alexis, welcome back. Sean, good to see you using the hashtags. I love it. I swear if Paul wins the championship, Logan Paul.
I might riot more if Logan Paul wins, respectfully, than if John Cena wins. Right. I will still riot both ways. I might riot a little bit harder if Logan Paul wins.
I like it. It's possible. I don't see it happening here and now. That's the only hesitation. If this match, if it was Jey Uso, Logan Paul, I'm putting all my money down on Logan Paul at SummerSlam. Here, tonight, time frame, I don't think tonight's the moment. But if this was SummerSlam and they were booking it, I'm going Logan Paul all the way.
If you really think that WWE, and I'm not saying you have, I'm saying some fans out there think WWE is truly as petty as they can get. If you want to steal the headlines out of everybody, whether it be good or bad, take the entire sales out of the weekend, your new WWE World Champion, Logan Paul. I gagged through trying to actually get that sentence out.
Rippling effect. And would they do it? That's the question for me is, are they ballsy enough to do it? And again, I believe that Logan Paul has earned a lot of his stripes. He goes in there. He has good matches. He's a hell of a heel. People hate him. He's got all the makings of the perfect superstar as far as wrestling goes, especially for WWE. And as much as Ospreay might not think so, I mean, he's wrestling a lot better than a lot of other guys out there. So he could be champ.
Well, I see. I won't cut the line here, but AGH3, I see you. If is everyone getting pissed if Logan wins? A reason to do it. If Logan wins, then you can really get the hot potato game going. Then it really can move fucking fast and furious. And like I was saying, of right before Double or Nothing, no one's going to be talking about an AEW pay-per-view. No big media outlets talking about AEW Double or Nothing. They're going to be talking about Logan Paul, your new world champion. What does this mean? You know, how do we feel about this? How do fans react to this? Social media sensation. Logan Paul, WWE champion. That's major. That will be on actual major news outlets. That headline.
Absolutely. And that's why it's a possibility. That's why it's something that could exist. Mega, how you doing? Welcome back. Chris, good to see you as well. Welcome back, sir. VHS, how are you? OG Dale in the house. Let's go. Ronnie, J-Boy, Christopher, what's up, Wrestling for Life? Pleasure as always. Hope you are doing well tonight. This must be the most entertaining match. I'm looking forward to John Cena. I'm super looking forward to it. I don't give a shit what anyone out there says. They're just a bunch of people that don't know how to have a good time. This to me is great. I don't care. Fuck off.
Well, that's what we said. This is going to be fun. This is not, if you want your 5-star Meltzer, Tokyo Dome match, this ain't it. If you want to have a fun time watching wrestling and you want to suspend your disbelief that a guy that's older than the guy he's wrestling was his childhood hero and all that, I think you're in to have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with it. I'm absolutely with it. And Truth has done a good job. Truth doesn't, is great with the mic, great entertainment. Again, a lot of praise for our Truth. And yeah, I think this is a feel-good moment, a feel-good story. And either way this goes, it is going to strengthen what they are currently doing with John. So let's strap in and strap on for this one.
Right.
Where's Stardust? Retired, perhaps.
Oh, that's baby.
Denisha, how you doing? Welcome back, J-Boy. We got you. Elimination Chambers. AGA H3. What will Karrion Kross do tonight? He said, watch for it. That's a nice little X factor. What could that mean? What could that look like? We're going to get a little bit of snapping?
Perhaps. I hadn't even thought about that. Well, and we've seen with AEW, they don't have 90 days.
Right? Yeah, no, they don't. They're out and ready to go. Karrion joins Heyman. Doubtful?
I halfway thought that for a second, but yeah, Kross seems like a guy who leads, not a guy who follows. He has that Drew McIntyre thing right now.
Yeah, and I think burying him in that, like not burying him, but like hiding him behind people isn't the best of choices.
Well, I don't know if it'd exactly be hiding him behind him, but he loses his momentum a bit because now he's sharing it amongst Seth and Braun and Paul versus it's just him.
Absolutely. Bradley, good to see you. Jason, welcome back. Got you. How you doing? John, welcome back. Good to see you. I got to go a little quicker as we only got a couple minutes. Jason Ryan's in the house. I missed SmackDown. Well, watch our video. Odds, how you doing? Right. How you doing? Heel Anthony, how are you guys tonight? I'm from the UK. Heel Anthony, it's a pleasure. We are doing well. It's a Saturday night. We are moments from the start. Nick, I might not be able to dial in with you right away, but I will catch up to you as you go. So
that's fine.
You can kind of be.
I'll let the people know as I've just got coverage. Will begin shortly at the giant W logo.
There you go. Also, Julia beats Zelina last night, so technically she should get a U.S. title opportunity. Don't rule it out, Chris. I mean, it could happen.
That could be the feud going forward after this,
right?
If Chelsea, like you said, does move up the card.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, it's very possible. Real quick, we'll save this for a little bit down the road, just because we don't have enough time. But the Wyatt Six did return in emphatic fashion last night. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Of course, there's people out there that don't care, don't give a shit. It was good. It was a really nice shot in the arm for this faction.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a bit more when it comes to like a commercial break or something. But Spaz with a $5 super chat. I'm gonna try and read it as fast as I know the man was showing us, him at Under Siege and the TNA tapings earlier today. Is I've got I have then just letting everybody know. Now,
okay.
Spaz and just got home from TNA tapings in time for Saturday main event. Haven't changed my shirt. If you know, you know. Shout out, my guy.
There you go. Looking spiffy in that swag, my friend.
Right. Together.
But ladies and gentlemen, Saturday night main event kicking off. We'll see. Really could be John Cena, R-Truth, opening the show here tonight. So we will see how this one sets up.
I think.
Yep. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think Saturday night main event more than any would be one of those that builds to the end versus bookends.
Opposed to bookends. Yeah. I just don't know if you want to save Cena and Truth to the end when you got like a steel cage and other shit going on. That might be a little more wow.
But I don't know if you do that first out the gate, you kind of get the emotions out of the way pretty fast there.
Yeah, I mean, again, it could go either way. We could start with the steel cage and work our way through. So we will see momentarily, folks.
As I got Priest walking through right now, so we actually honestly could be starting with the steel cage. As we've got both competitors walking, just walking backstage right now. They're previewing that match.
Here we go. Here we go. And the prediction title will be on the line, folks. Make sure once we put it up, you get in there. Let us know who you're taking, who is your pick in each and every single match. And we're probably going to need a tiebreaker tonight, so get in there.
Right. As I got Zelina coming out. Now I got R-Truth. I love that. I saw this earlier. So we're just getting a replay of everyone showing up to the buildings here. But R-Truth reading the whole sign on the wall for the football team, the college that they're at, and getting amped by it.
Right.
Keyshawn, what up? As I got Logan. Anthony, hope to go at least 4-1 tonight. Well, there you go.
Let's go. It's wide open. Anybody can be the champion, and it will be on the line tomorrow night. 2 pay-per-views worth of matches. I think it'll be a combined total of like 17, 18 matches now. So, yeah, strap in, strap on for that one, folks.
And everybody's champion from last night. So they've even got they've got the old, and I can't remember enough if they had it last time where they have the old like WWF kind of like old school entranceway and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So no, I love the vibe, I love the look. I like this. I mean, again, it's a quarterly thing, but it doesn't feel mailed in. I know other companies have done kind of like special shows, but they kind of just mail it in, and it takes the piss out of it. With this, at least, I feel like 5 solid matches on Saturday main event tonight. No matter how
this isn't like some other companies that'll do it to where it's special in name only. But they've got the Fatback TV. They're doing a whole replay of the history of Saturday night main event and all that. Again, it's nice to see them play into the history, the old school WWE lore and everything. But Jesse tonight, I don't believe.
No Jesse?
I don't think so. They're in Tampa, Florida. I don't know if Jesse made it down there. We didn't hear any talk about him being there, I think.
I can't remember.
I got to try and look, but
I thought he was going to be there. I just assumed maybe.
All the pyro going off right now.
All the pyro. Well, folks, get in that chat. How you feeling tonight on this Saturday night? What are you looking forward to? Are you excited for Double or Nothing? Are you excited for Battleground? What on this card tonight has you tickling your fancy? Let us know.
Well, so we do have Jesse. We got Jesse and Testator.
Let's see.
Jesse's out of the Baja. He's down there at Saturday night main event. He's down there in Tampa.
Right.
And I think it's a responsible thing, respectfully, with Jesse. If he's not fully on commentary, he's on the little special podium. So we can cut away if we fucking need to.
They're not, they give him his moments. But I do have Jesse and Testatori right now. So we'll see where this all lines up once it's set.
Yeah, fair enough. But let's give Testatori some of his flowers, too, as well. Like, he's he's melded into the fold seamlessly of normally a sports guy coming over. It's that awkward transition. Sometimes it's really miss versus a hit. And he's just taken to it like a duck to water.
Yeah, he's actually, I mean, I'll put it this way. I don't notice him a lot. And I mean that as a compliment. Right? Like, he does his job. He gets excited when he's supposed to get excited. Him and Wade have been pretty good together. Surprisingly, I thought they were going to be dry as the desert with these two side by side. It's been okay. It's been pretty good. Their commentary's been all right. I haven't been disappointed, and I think Joe's done well.
Right. Oh, so now we've got Pat and Cole on commentary. Are you there?
Right now.
All right.
How about 3.5 seconds.
I got the start of Seth's music. Let me know when you get there.
Okay.
Bash 8, what up? Michelle, what up? Jose, Anthony, 316, Arm Girl.
Let's go. Let's go. Almost in triple digits, folks.
Right. Louie, do you have the
music? Yes. No, go.
Okay.
So a few seconds behind.
Fair enough. But no, so we're starting off with the tag match.
Tag match is kicking this one off. Did not expect that.
No, but Louie, what up, wrestling fans? Louie in the house. Let's go. Been a minute, Louie.
Louie. Yeah, folks. So I'm gonna prompt you right now. Seth and Braun taking on Sammy and Punk. Who is going to win? Your prediction window is now open. So get in there. Let us know.
Right. And Seth dialed down the flamboyancy and everything. We've now all kind of matching with the black attires and all that. I don't think Braun and Heyman, surprisingly, when they're in Tampa, they're less spray tan than when they're outside of, where you would actually get a tan.
Right. Someone had to say to Paul, listen, Paul, that's a lot of orange.
Yeah. You're not the president. You don't have a toupee. Cut it down a little.
You're walking around here looking like fucking Garfield. Can you tone it down just a bit?
Facts.
Right? Like, we don't know if we should send you to the ring or get you lasagna. What are we doing?
Oh, but he doesn't hate Monday.
Both.
Yeah.
Punk calling the Penguin 2 weeks ago was my favorite.
Well, it fits. And then he takes his goddamn suit jacket off and is out there ready to fight. And he looks exactly like goddamn Cobblepot.
Right? It's so funny. I like Seth Rollins says Heather. Seth and Braun win. Let's go. KJ, who won the prediction? You all are winners in my books, Michael. Congratulations to everybody who participated. You won, sir.
Number 69 in your programs, number 1 in your hearts, folks.
Meth Rollins. Not very nice. Ouch.
Oof.
What's on tonight? Saturday Night Main Event is rocking and rolling.
Right.
6-3, Seth and Braun. CM Punk chance.
I still am going to take Seth and Braun, as Braun's got the future on the back of his trunks.
Right? Kind of funny. Like, everyone's chanting CM Punk and Sammy's music hits.
Yeah. But Sammy and Punk could win by disqualification. I think you keep this heel team looking strong. I don't think they lose first match to the baby faces.
If I could pick, I don't see them losing at all. But if they do lose, it has to be some type of something like that, or no win, just a schmoz, a dusty finish, if you will.
Yeah. It's been a minute since you've seen them just a no contesta.
Right.
So we're going to let the CM Punk entrance separately.
For sure.
Well, and I will say, if you know, with Sammy's attire, it's very interesting, and I give the band all the props. But yeah, it's the subtle details. If you know,
I like it. That's very interesting. Sammy waiting on the apron. Folks, we're about to kick this one off. Don't forget, get your predictions in. The ding ding, we will close the window.
Right. Even if your fingers are in it.
That almost sounded like choppy pee pee.
Look in my eyes. What do you see?
Let's go.
That camera shot right there
is amazing.
Panning up the aisle. That's so fucking good.
I like it. The building is packed. The building is hyped.
Almost a sellout, I believe, or sold out of what they could fit at capacity, because I know it was a couple hours before the start of the show. They only had like 70 tickets left.
Mm-hmm. Here comes Uncle Phil.
How come nobody want me, man?
Let's go. I like trick.
Triggy. Well, we clicked on Spaz's super chat and didn't read it.
Yes, we didn't read it. We got distracted by Uncle Phil.
Yeah. Spaz, thank you for the $5 again. Theory, if Trick is taking the TNA title, it main events. If Miles upsets Oba, it main events. If neither are happening, the ladies main event. Yes, that's actually a pretty fucking solid theory. Yeah.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Wasted no time.
Yeah, well, the bell rang just when Seth and Braun were coming out, so we're already underway here.
There we go. We're off and running. Last call on your predictions.
You going with me, or we're both going Seth and Braun?
Yeah, I think that's the way I would go with this. Again, there are ways out that I might not necessarily see at the moment, but my vote is Seth and Seth and Braun, potentially somebody new in this one.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is that almost to be a tiebreaker question? Is does the third man show up?
Right.
As we got the bell rang again, so because I swear it rang when Seth was coming out, and now they rang the bell again.
Right. Al Snow saying good vocal crowd. Yeah, good energy in the building right now. Lots of barking.
Yo!
Big clothesline.
12 minutes into the show already, and Braun Breaker has clotheslined Sami Zayn through that goddamn table.
The new tables don't break, bro.
I'm in commercial.
I'm in commercial.
Okay, so I'll
maybe a hiccup.
Yeah.
Well, folks, we are in the first commercial of the night. Braun Breaker with the dive. That's now part of his move set, Nick, is he does this regularly where he dives off the apron and does that sit down clothesline.
Homie is just athletic on a different level. We've kind of said this for a while, where the man was running the rope so hard, the ring shifts.
Right? Oh, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy.
But I like this. Going on a side halfway tangent, I think it's the genius move of Heyman pair himself with this, because then it instantly slides into him being the manager for Braun for the next however many years.
Oh, yeah.
So Paul's got himself. Braun Breaker is Paul Heyman's retirement plan.
Yeah, Paul's very much aware of when the tides are rising, and he has to get to higher land. And I think Braun Breaker is the next island that he finds himself stranded on for quite a while. He's a very smart businessman. I know people know about his past and some of the blunders, but nothing risked, nothing gained, and he has managed to stay afloat, stay alive, and come up on shore just peachy key several times. So Braun Breaker looks like the next guy in the lineup.
Oh, absolutely. He's done the math. He's done the equations. He's got, more than a 33.3% chance.
Right. 50% of the chat is taking Seth and Braun. 41% of the chat taking Sammy and Punk. Nobody getting 9%. So, all right. So we think we're pretty split. We're pretty split.
I'm surprised it's that split.
Right.
But then again, I mean, it's big names with Punk and Sammy as well. This isn't like them taking on like DIY or the Viking Raiders or anything, respectfully.
Yeah, absolutely. Anthony's got a question for you.
Seth and Braun and Heyman came out first, and then it was Sammy, then Punk.
Yeah,
that's the order of them coming out.
Michelle saying she hates commercials. Well, we love having you guys here, so we appreciate it. Again, like, share, subscribe, as we did have over triple digits in the chat. But keep it coming, folks, and tell all your friends, tell all your neighbors, tell all your family members about the Wrestling for Life Network. As my system said, get out.
Fair enough. But Keyshawn saying, why am I paying for Peacock and getting commercials?
Well, because NBC is doing the commercials, folks, so you're stuck.
Right. Well, and then Jason just trying to rub it in, I guess. If Tampa is winning against Toronto 3-0.
That's all right. It's only one game.
It's only the Blue Jays. We don't care about them.
It's only fucking May. We're
That's
good.
the thing with 162 games and everything. It's hard to give a shit about game like 25.
Yeah, you know what? I love baseball. I grew up playing ball. A lot of summers, it's like August is when I'm like, how's everyone doing?
Right. But so, hey, Lillian's back as the ring announcer. They have the whole commentary team pulled up. Lillian as Braun and Sammy right now in the ring. 1, 2 count, 2 count. guys, we're supposed to cheer up KJ, not make it worse. Yes, it's a Saturday, not a Saturday. Where's MDB, goddammit? Because I stole his joke.
He's at Costco.
Kid probably. Tag in assess. So right now, both men teaming up on Sammy. I think another tag team is going to interfere. No, I think we get a third man, or do we get... Actually, we haven't even thought about this. Do we get, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, Akuma from Street Fighter?
A lot of people have talked about that. Now, again, this is where the internet gets a little dangerous and dicey, because they'll say Roman might show up, Cody might show up, this person might show up, this might happen. And if we don't get them all, if we don't run the trifecta, the show sucks. So be cautious.
Right? Yeah. Well, don't get mad because they didn't book what you wanted them to do. As Punk going for the go to sleep. The crowd popped just when Punk took his shirt off. The crowd's popping for Uncle Phil's bod. Two count.
Right.
Makes sense. Akuma doesn't talk too much. Hey, Roman's good on the mic now.
Not Akuma.
It's not Akuma. Yeah, it's not Akuma. Yeah, what up, bro? Tomorrow on XC Battleground. Yes, and Double Nothing will be here for both of them. Oh, Punk with the bulldog on the Seth and the clothesline on the Braun. Punk going up. The rest of them may suck, but this show doesn't. Facts.
That's it.
Oh, elbow drop. That was more of an elbow fall.
More of an elbow fall.
Yeah, Phil didn't get quite the macho-ness of that elbow drop there.
Let's go.
Right.
But
Punk doing a code red. Yes, Punk busting out all the moves.
Punk dropping a code red. Let's go.
Right. Should that not be a tag if you grab your partner?
Well, again, it's been a loose thing. Like last night we saw Praxium use the old butt poke method to a tag. It used to be hand on hand was like the rule.
Yeah, well, you had to grab the tag rope too. As pedigree as Sammy breaks it up. Sorry.
Not a problem.
Yeah, well, that's when the tag rope used to be a thing, though, too.
I used to like when the heels would play with it, like Eddie Guerrero when he was on the apron, fucking with the tag rope and moving it and stretching it. That was
right. Oh, Braun up and over. They're still talking about Bronson Reed as the third man. Well, Bronson, not Brunson, and Bronson's got to recover from two. Oh! So Sammy with the little split leg springboard moonsault, and that landed all of the funky monkey right on Braun's head.
There you go. Well, we warn you, don't mess with Sammy. He will show up and show out.
Yeah, as we're in another commercial break here. So this is surprising because to me, this is still the 2 hours. We got a 2 hour window, folks. We got to fit this in. And we got John Cena and R-Truth. And we got Logan Paul and Jey Uso. Right, man. We got a steel cage match. We got 2 hours. And we're 20 minutes to the show. We've already had 2 commercials.
Right. Oh, the commercials are plenty. That's what this a lot about it. And that's where, again, I mean, there's fans out there that turned away from WWE because of the over commercialization of the product. And that is the risk with TKO, and that if it's shoved down our throat to a point, we just need the alternative to get its shit together. We just need the alternative to bang out consistently. And I don't mean it has to be 10 stars every fucking time we see them, but some consistency, some rational thought process behind what they're doing. Because there is an opportunity to gain fans that don't want to be over commercialized.
Yeah, or be priced out, as some people say. And again, you speak with your wallet, folks. I see Boston. I don't like that I'm agreeing with Boston, but 2 commercial breaks in the first 19 minutes. Yeah, it's a little hot and heavy.
Especially within one match, it kind of takes you out of the match a little bit at times.
Yeah, you're right after the big moments. It's right after Braun. It's both been Braun and Sammy moments. It was Braun with the clothesline on the Sammy on the table, commercial break. Sammy hits the little springboard moonsault on a Braun on the outside, commercial break. The second you get any momentum going, commercial break.
Yeah, that's definitely an issue, Nick. That's definitely something that's not great.
Right, but Alexis, where's Curtis at? Because he's normally our over under on the commercial breaks. He's been missing for a minute here, but over under on commercial breaks at this rate, fucking 20, 22.
2 every 20 minutes would be too many.
Facts. That's a nice little ditty you did. No, but Diddy, don't do it. Don't do it, Diddy.
Don't do it, Diddy.
Back to the elevator music. So must be the Canadianness, which again, you've talked about it. Well, we were talking about it, you and I, before we went live. It's interesting of trying to find at times the Saturday Night main events internationally versus, domestically. Like you get NBC or Peacock if you're in the US. Outside of that, it's still unclear as to where it might be viewable, visible.
Yeah, that's something I think the WWE had. Again, I understand that now you're on Netflix, and maybe this is isolated to my neck of the woods or whatever. So not a lot of people are going to give a shit about this. But and we've seen it with other wrestling companies a little bit, but if you are doing all these special shows at different times and I think it should be on your website. It should be put out by you very clearly where your fans can access the show.
Well, we've been struggling that with Double or Nothing too. That's a pay-per-view.
Right? I don't even know if that's on Triller yet.
No.
Probably not. So, I mean, again, like to me, the fan should not, and I know, boo-hoo. No, the fan should not have to work super hard to figure out how to watch your fucking program. Right. You got to get it out in front of people. And if it says it's going to be on Netflix internationally, make sure it's there. Because I'll tell you right now, in my country, it is not there. Netflix does not have Saturday Night Main Event.
Fair enough. Well, they might be like TNA of having to turn people away, but we'll talk about that in another commercial. As I'm back in the action of Seth and Punk right now. Punk dodges a stomp, double clothesline as Carolyn, what up? Hello, my precious humans. That's the first time I've ever been called precious. I don't know about
my precious.
Does that mean I'm big? You calling me precious?
My precious. Let's go.
Brandon, what up? They need a lot of commercials. They have to pay for Braun Breaker's spray tan somehow.
Right. I'm more concerned about Paul's.
Oh, I'm worried about the long-term effects of spray tan on Paul.
Right.
This man's literally turned into a butter Paul.
A butter Paul turkey. I like it.
There you go. You got it.
Butter Paul.
Sammy. Tornado DDT after a little old school walking the ropes there.
Let's go.
Boston's shouting out, this ring setup looks phenomenal. Normal ring post, old school ropes and mat. Yeah, it's very old school, vintage.
Right. I'll be right back, Nick. I got to tweak this.
You're good, my guy. Exploder suplex from Sammy in the corner on Braun. Sammy firing up. Is he going to hit the haluva kick? The Kaluva pina colada. Heyman grabs the ankle, but the ref saw him. Throw the penguin out. He looks like Kramer from Seinfeld. If you know, you know. Who does? Bernard, what a great spot. Yeah. Bronson Reed! Bronson Reed's the third man and just takes out Punk through the barricade. The Cage Angels leave so he can just cosplay as Bronson Reed. This man's ankles is working fine. Spear from Braun into Sammy. 1, 2, 3. And Paul just smiles. So we have official, like a referee whistle, folks. Our third man. The ankles is doing fine. He can out there, hitting the AI crossovers. So, wow. That's a faction of not to fuck with. Of Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman. Welcome back, goddamn Tsunami. For half a second, I swear to God, I thought it was Jeff Cobb. And I'm still calling him Jeff Cobb. He's not fucking JC Mateo or whatever. But Bronson Reed. That now they're acting like they don't know. Like he just showed up on his own accord and just took out. Straps down from Breaker. They're going to hug it out. They're going to hug it out because there's no way that he just showed up to take out. Yeah, as Seth hugs Bronson. as Heyman's even halfway acting surprised. It was too obvious. There's no way that Bronson Reed just showed up just to take out Punk by himself. Just so happened in this match there. They're not telling Breaker, well, I don't know. It doesn't even look like Paul knew. Seth, Heyman, and their pit bulls. God damn, that's a bulldog, if anything. Wow. That is your new evolution as a mystery. God damn, that's a dangerous alliance. Has Punk's just ankle biting Paul. Oh, we're going to get a tsunami. We're going to take out Phil here for a minute. Bronson Reed going up top. We're about to get a tsunami, and first time in a long time as Seth and Braun are going to hold Punk down here. Tsunami! Again. Good googly moogly. God damn, is this a fucking faction you don't want to fuck with? Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins, with the mind of Paul Heyman behind it and involved in it. God damn. That's a new, face who runs the place. That's your new bloodline, your new top dominant faction, which always is a thing in WWE, is Seth stands on top of Punk's broken body. Damn. And the crowd's even still, Bronson Brack with them custom cankles. Yeah, he got the Air Force nuns on. Braun may turn babyface by August. Way too fast. Way too fast. We're just about to get into June. Way too fast, I think. Especially with this faction just starting off as I got Chelsea backstage. But yes, folks, how you feeling? I know commercial heavy in the first part of that, but goddamn, that ending made up for everything, I feel. I got Chelsea backstage. What is Green? Oh, is with Green. I hate her voice. Well, that's a you problem, my guy, I feel. Anthony, I called it right. You may have. I know somebody mentioned it. One or two people probably mentioned it before and everything. I literally was discredited because I thought he was still recovering from goddamn double ankle surgery. Man looked out there pretty quick tonight. Man had the moves tonight. So, goddamn, that's a good hell of a way to start off the show, by the way. That started off the show. Nick, you're far behind us. Yes, I know. Well, I was making sure I was good with KJ White. KJ, right? What? Yes. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm not going to hit the refresh because I don't know where Mans is at right now. I know he's out there searching in another void to try and find it. But Michael, what up? So I will drop this in the chat right now as I move the slide along to there. Who you got, folks? Who you got? Let us know whether you got Zelina Vega or you got Chelsea Green. And I guess here, if you're ahead of me, then you get the extra, Brucey advantage of you're from the future compared to me. So we'll deal with that. But let me know, folks, who you got. There. So the prompt is in the chat of Christian Zelina for the win, Chelsea Green for the win. Chelsea has enough charisma in her pinky finger to fill this building. Damn, Boston. Tell me how you really feel. So glad my cuz joined Heyman fam. I see what you did there. As I was getting a 2K25 ad. Now I'm getting a WWE shop ad. Which, by the way, folks, go and get your merch today. 100%. All these other, merch stores and all the other podcasts out there that got their own merch and everything like that. You buy it, you get it. It's burlap. It's terrible. It falls apart the second you wash it. The whole logo just washes, fades off, and runs away and everything. Not here. We got the finest threads in the wrestling biz out there. And we got anything and everything for your pro wrestling needs. We got everything from the Wrestling for Life Army, hashtag WFU. We got, even if you're out there trying to let your lady know that your person know that you're trying to watch some wrestling and chill, we got that for you out there too as well. Yes, grab your merch today, folks. As again, I'm in commercial break. But how are we feeling so far? Half hour so far through Saturday Night Main Event. Don't buy dude wipes. Why Mega? Why the campaign against dude wipes? Dude wipes are bad for your toilet. Plumbing advice with Mega. Chelsea should win this. Vega with it is a flop so far. The crowd does not care about her. Sorry, Alistair. That's not accurate. To say the crowd doesn't care about her is not accurate at all. I just don't think that she's been used much of, or when she has been used, she was there to be a go-between. Like she came out when Alexa came back and debuted on SmackDown. She was the go-between to Alexa coming back. It wasn't a prominent match focused on Zelina there. I think last night was really great for her. She looked like she could hold her own with two of the best right now in the company in Julia and Charlotte. So, and the crowd's behind her. The crowd popped and is still cheering for her that she won it. So to say the crowd's not behind her, I don't buy that. I don't know if the company's behind her. I'll put it that way. Heather, what's wrong with Seth? Nothing. Why? What do you know that I don't know? Johnson letting us know dude wipes changed his life. I'm broken. I know a lot of gamers that need dude wipes for their there's wrestling fans aplenty and everything that also need all of that. But yes, good hygiene is a good habit to have, folks. Just putting that out there. You don't need. All right, we're enough about dude wipes. We're not even sponsored by him. Boston, did you watch the crowd go completely silent last night when she came to the ring, Nick? Because I did. You could hear a pin drop. Boston, I don't know if you just put your TV on mute because I didn't hear that at all. She is definitely a short-time champion. I want Julia to beat her. Fair enough. Well, that's a bit of the thing is Zelina doesn't feel like she's like even when Chelsea had it before, it was hard-pressed to find somebody that you thought could clearly beat her. It doesn't feel that way exactly with Zelina, and that could just be because of the way she's been booked and presented. But yeah, she does kind of feel like she could lose it at any moment, and there's nothing saying that she could lose it, that she couldn't lose it tonight to Chelsea. Christ almighty, I thought the commercials were going vintage there with the goddamn Gatorade commercial. Commercial music over this match. Well, I'm still in commercial right now. You didn't hear it because you're doing the stream. Oh, excuses here. Al Snow, I honestly have never played a video game and never will. Waste of time. Well, you do you, boo-boo. You're too busy playing with your head. Pause. Commercials are on mute for me. Well, there you go. At least you don't got us on mute. Well, at least on me. Maybe you do. Maybe you're just watching at me make faces. Whatever you do. Yeah, this has been a long-ass commercial. We got Chelsea's entrance, and then we're just still on a whole another ass commercial. Ken, MDB, you better give knee pads or something to the Ant-Man. Yeah. MDB been missing in action, I think, tonight. Yeah, where's the knee pad patrol out here? My knees are bruised, but so they're hyping up Money in the Bank in LA, which we will also be here live for Sunday, or is it Sunday or Saturday? But it's June 7th, folks. 128K in YouTube chat. Dropson, bring them here. We got 110. Let's go. Yeah, so we're replaying everything we're replaying the end of the tag match right now. Heyman gets involved, and then so now we're seeing the other view of Bronson Reed. We're seeing from behind as this man just leveled Punk through that barricade. I'm glad Bronson is in such a high spot during his return. Absolutely, that he didn't come back and just become a miss of that. He was getting pushed before. He had the unfortunate spot. He was out there as part of Team Bloodline 2.0 and at Survivor Series, and then had the ankle issues coming up with a tsunami off the top of the cage, and now is still in a prominent spot. And again, him with Braun and Seth and Paul, all jokes aside, all puns intended, that is a dangerous alliance. That is a faction of do not mess with, of push to the moon. As now I'm getting Zelina Vega's entrance. Nick, again, I'm getting in the spirit of the A's in honor of vintage Saturday night main events. Well, there you go, Christian. Send me some of that, 80s vitamins. Let me smoke that 80s pack. MDB, I was at my cousin's prom send-off thing. I couldn't leave early. We thought you were at Costco. How are the new bloodline going to react to this? By bringing in his little cousin of Jeff Cobb, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I see what you're halfway saying, but I mean, he was a mercenary there. He wasn't part of the family. Bradley, they're not getting 5 matches in 2 hours tonight. There's no way. I don't know. Depends on how fast this match goes. Does Cena versus R-Truth go long? That's the thing. It could be really entertaining. As Oregano is the referee. No, that's not Oregano. Man with the slick back. But I don't think it's exactly going to be a super long match. It'll be entertaining, but that could still be like 15 minutes. So your long matches are going to be Jay versus Logan, the first match, and the cage match. The in-betweens are going to be a bit quicker, I feel, as we are underway. So predictions are closed, folks. Kevin, what up? But I'm taking Zelina. They almost look like they're wearing goddamn Alta tires of each other here. But small package. I'm taking Zelina, and then Chelsea might move on past this. Does she go women's title on SmackDown? Could be. Yeah, Costco was yesterday. There you go. We're wrong. The crowd's behind her, remember? What did Dale say? Crowd silent for Zelina just came out. Fair. I mean, you can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at. I still think that there's a backing out there. I will say that, as Chelsea with a fucking powerbomb on the outside, backing off the apron there. Hot damn. But I'll give you that one then. You can have that. I still like Zelina. Maybe I'm biased. 2 TNA Goat. Glad you were like me. Fair enough. What did Jason say? Oh, he's agreed. Her backing must have been getting snacks. Oh, God. That's what they are. They were getting concessions. I picked the lady in blue. That's the thing. It's really, they are almost wearing the goddamn same attire, same colorways, for sure. But Zelina firing back. Chelsea's a whole goddamn foot taller than this woman. And she's got the Hervis behind her, the Shervis, all of that. That's the thing, is it's everything in Chelsea's advantage. It's just always like Zelina's the plucky underdog that ends up winning. That's probably why Zelina doesn't exactly feel like a super credible champ. Like, credible, and you believe that she's the favorite going into the match, even though she's champion. Because every time she wins, she's the plucky underdog. She's never the dominant force. Their colors are clashing. They're confusing. It's a mirror match. I'm about to look up how tall Chelsea is. Chelsea is 5'7". There you go. Nick, I was pointing out that I miss seeing Piper Niven and Q. All right. Well, Christian, you do you need to do, boo-boo. Chelsea, though, again, she's been in control of this match, and that's what I was saying of Zelina's the plucky underdog. She's not the dominant force, which is weird when you're champion. Zelina's 5'1", so almost a foot.
Not a weird as a champion, though. But welcome back.
Hi. Are you a foot abreast of the situation?
I'm definitely up to where I think I need to be.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, again, it's not rare for the underdog champion to be a thing. It's a tale as old as time. So I don't think.
Is that a bit, though, why you think that, like, Zelina is always the underdog in every situation? She is never the dominant in any situation. So I think that's why she always feels like she's never So, like, she's not even the favorite to end this match or anything. Why she never feels like she is going to be the dominant champion. She's Jey Uso.
But she's not a dominant champion. You keep mentioning dominant champion, but she's not a dominant champion, right? Like, it's like Shawn Michaels. We always set up to fight the biggest, baddest dudes, the Sid Vicious, the Vaders. There's a lot of champions that aren't necessarily dominant champions. Generally, those are the heels.
Fair.
That's my thought.
Well, no, that's fine. I was gonna. Oh, backstabber, are you there?
I'm getting the backstabber now.
All right, I will get it up.
Zelina up to her feet, going to getting the crowd behind her. They're trying to wake him up. 619. She botched it.
Yeah.
So bad. So bad. The Hurricane Rana got botched earlier, but here comes Piper. That 619 was brutal.
If you're gonna do it, just go and just like sell that you missed it, or anything. Like, don't just get hung up and then like little boop.
And the crowd is quiet.
So, well, I had this out with Boston while you were figuring things. Is the crowd like? Is there no backing for
Code
Red off the top rope? 1
and a win. What a shitty ending.
Yo, that's so bad. Fuck.
That was all weak as shit.
That just kills anything that I was about to ask you. I was about to ask if there was, an actual big backing behind Zelina, or if she comes out to silence. And I think now the silence might be justified.
There was even
what the fuck was that?
There was one point near the beginning of the match where Zelina did something and she kind of sold to the crowd, and some of them booed. Like, I think there's fans in the crowd, myself included, would rather see Chelsea as the champion. And I don't feel like there's look at her face.
Yo,
she kicked her in the mouth, bro.
Little boopity boop, and busted her.
What a shitty end of that match. I like both ladies. I think Zelina's got upside. Up next.
Oh boy.
Up next, ladies and gentlemen, who wins, John Cena or R-Truth? Are you surprised?
Yeah. Well, so then it's going to go True Cena, cage match, and then Jay Logan?
I think so.
Unless the cage match would end it, but that would have to have some sort of huge, big surprise. But yeah, which actually you weren't even here for it. How do you feel? Bronson Reed out there with the fresh cankles, to quote Lady B.
Yeah, we didn't know where he was in his recovery. We know he had a relatively serious injury. The ankles look fine, and he is I think we talked about it in the pre-show. I think he's a wonderful addition to this group. Somebody that can really be under the wing, the toolage of a Paul Heyman, of a Seth Rollins. I think this works very well.
But also, how do you feel that Braun didn't seem to know? Braun was out there taking down the straps of what's your problem here? And it almost looked like Paul may have not known, but Seth knew. Seth with arms wide open.
To me, it does show the rank and file of where this stands, right? Like, Braun is on a need-to-know basis. Braun is the young upstart. So, the guys that are pulling the strings, and ultimately the guy that's pulling all the strings, is Seth Rollins. So the fact that the other two might be on the outside, it just strengthens Seth as the leader of the group. It strengthens his role. And I'll tell you when I need to tell you.
Well, I think you put it perfectly with it's the rank and file. And that really describes it perfectly. Mr. Quake, what up? Alan, what up? Mike saying Cena wins so Tampa can riot. They don't need Cena to win to riot. They just need, a few things to go a certain way. But Michael's taking Truth. MDB's taking Cena. 2-0. Are we supposed to just forget Bronson beat the out of Seth last year?
No, you don't forget that, and you don't just put it aside. what it is, it's that respect. I know this guy's a killer. I've been in the ring with this guy. I know what he's about. This is about business. We had our moment, but I know what this guy's made of. This guy pushed me to the limits, and he's going to do it for me, not against me.
I'll give you that. That's valid. Does Solo and crew feel cheated that he came back and sides with Seth and not them?
Right? Like, hey, I thought we were friends.
Right? KJ started with that note.
Right.
A little bit. But yes, Zelina won in what
horrible fashion.
We had something so good with the first match and something so bad with the second match.
Yeah, and I mean, botches happen. We don't want to be hypercritical of a very difficult job, especially live. However, like you said, there's options. And she got caught up, Vega, that is, got caught up in the rope doing a 619, came to a halt when she was supposed to be spinning, and her response was, stick out the foot.
Just hit her in the face. And we see that. What that's even the thing, though, too, is you see the after effect on Chelsea, and it's like, oh no, why? And you have everything, and that's the last note besides the finish. Like, there was no 2 or 3 minutes left of the match that makes you forget about that. That was literally that happened. Zelina goes up top. Piper tries to get involved. Code right off the top rope. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it was it was a puttery finish at best. Came crawling over the finish line for this one. I think that unfortunately for them, when it happened, they didn't have the minutes to kind of regain a momentum, then get there. And you saw Chelsea's face. I mean, this is where you're trying to build somebody like Zelina Vega. And we talk about the crowd being a little bit quiet, not really getting behind her. She needs to show up. And I think if you compare Vega to Bird Lady, the difference is when Bird Lady gets in the ring, ding, ding, she bangs. Zelina didn't really have the prettiest of matches. There was a Hurricane Rana early in the match that basically almost became a famouser. I mean, you need her to show up and show out, and it just didn't do well. So it doesn't help her build her lore.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Ricky Martin joke. She bangs. She bangs.
She bangs. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Christian's going to be lit like a Christmas tree.
Right. That's the closest you're going to get to that, Christian. Is I'm getting Jimmy Hart on my screen here. As I'm going to try and do that real quick.
Jimmy Hart with like Hulk Hogan. Oh, no Hulk Hogan. I was going to say.
He get booed in fucking Tampa.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's from Tampa. There's Jimmy. Where's Hogan?
We don't want him.
Hey, one of my faves.
He's trying to lick Jimmy. That's how you get diseases only known to a different species.
One half of the sheep herders. Let's go.
It made me start to think about a joke about a sheep towards an edge.
Right.
Edge. But yeah, I don't want to say it.
The bushwhackers.
So Vikingo versus Chad
Holy
Gable,
shit.
and this will be on YouTube. Is Worlds Collide?
Yo, let's say whatever you want.
I'm real mad right now.
That match is gonna be fire as shit.
Yup.
So much so that I'm putting sentences together like fire as shit.
You sound like a sicko, and Tony Khan's gonna be real mad right now as we're hyping up Vikingo. Somewhere Tony Khan is punching air right now.
Something AEW never did. We got a Vikingo video package. He's live and in the building, folks.
Yo, speak of the devil and they shall appear. Why can't I book like this, Nick?
Right.
No, look at the name, Tony.
Oh, that's our buddy. I don't know. He shows up on Wednesdays a lot. TK. He's a friend of the show. We talked to Tony quite a bit. We fave it up, and shout out to TK.
Just hire us, my guy. We'll do it for the low.
Right.
And we know that Tony's out there checking his phone during the show. So yeah.
Right. You don't even have to pay for our weekly flights. We'll figure it out.
We can do it from afar. We'll be consultants like Russo there.
Mm-hmm. As we're going back through the video package for John Cena, R-Truth. So again, very surprised that this match is now.
Yes, and I also really like that they brought up the whole if Cena wins, we riot. And I think though, is this go out, save it. They fucked that up. of that was trash.
You got to make it better. Make it better. Yeah. Listen, one match, a couple moves doesn't define somebody or define their career.
Yeah, but it's when you've got a small sample size. When you have 5 matches, that can ruin a show.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. We booked you on Saturday main event. We wanted to make you look good. You're the champion, and you went out there and you got a little clumsy. And you never want to see. I know she didn't mean it, but in a desperation to save the move, she kicked Chelsea in the face. Not a good look. It's not a good look.
Pivot. Which is what she should have done to hit the move. But yeah, pivot.
Right. No, just stalk and reload, right? Like swing back, and as she just pop back out and hit the far rope again and reset and go, I got it, right? Like we've seen other wrestlers do it where you just need a moment. We saw Tiffy do it where she did the double step, but just to be like, shit, that didn't go well. Bap. Chelsea's
so that you missed it and then go into something else, or sit there and go and do like a drop over DDT or something, like drop her on like over the ropes or anything, not just literally bap, literally just a little boop in the nose there.
Yeah. See Chelsea's face too. She looks shocked.
Yeah, well, I would be fucking too. If you're kind of gonna look like you're gonna hit me and then you really just hit me in the fucking face, like hold the hell on.
As we get the replay of John Cena putting truth through the media table. I know some people are critical.
Now know for sure who's the better kicker in that family between Zelina and Malachi.
Right.
No, because she's learned the dangerous feat. That's what it is.
Do you think she'd be better with them?
Well, no, she's proven she's dangerous with him. She busted Chelsea.
Yeah, she's definitely dangerous. I'm glad I'm no longer in an abusive relationship with John Cena. Some people are still trapped in there. Ye God, how you doing? Vikingo highlight pack tape on WWE. Vance is losing his shit. Yeah, you're not wrong about that part too. I know we told.
If he's not losing his shit about that, he's losing his shit about this. Of WWE Unreal. I must have said the S word too many times. KJ went away. But I'm getting an advertisement for WWE Unreal right now, which is fully pulling back the curtains. They're showing even what Gorilla looked like during the iShow Spear, and everything. So on Netflix this summer, WWE Unreal.
Not my favorite thing. I think we're bordering on too much.
I want to know, but that's because that's me, and I'm a nerd like that. That shouldn't be public information. That should be you get to look and fucking find that shit.
In a sport or on a show where you're doing everything you can to convince us of the realism of it, continually giving us examples of the lack of realism of it, it becomes challenging a little bit of like maybe too much. Like we don't need to know the writer's process. Now we're gonna have Smart Mark fans out on the internet going, "Can you believe they were gonna do this and they did that?" We're like, "Oh my god, you're just that is the doors right off things."
Yeah, that is a problem. We wrestling fans the IWC exists because wrestling fans already know too much. They already know too much as to what goes in. We have journalists that tell you contract details, what coulda, shoulda, woulda been happening backstage, rumors and speculations on this, that's, and the thirds. We know way too much now. And now if we're going to literally be able to see Gorilla during, big moments and huge moments like Cody winning here or moments that we reacted and lost our mind to, I don't want to see how that was produced. I don't watch the behind the scenes, shit on a DVD. I don't watch, the fucking whole movie back with the director talking over everything. Let me have the cool moment with Iron Man and Thanos and leave it at that.
Yeah, absolutely. But we are in a commercial break, folks. More of the show to come. Cena and R-Truth up next. And as Nick mentioned, the IWC is dead. The IWC is no more. It is a toxic wasteland. We are the WFU. Join the Wrestling Fans United. Be a part of the fun. Be a part of the shows. And again, you don't always have to agree, but we keep it clean. We keep it respectful. And we are the Wrestling Utopia for a reason, folks. Nick, we're rolling 1 hour in.
Yeah, well, 55 in. But yeah, so far, good. Fun, good, but not great.
I think it's been good. I mean, the last match kind of took the wind out of the sails a little bit,
but not great.
Yeah,
Chris, the man who knew too much. That to me is the biggest issue of and we've dealt with it. And again, we always have to preface stuff of if we're theorizing on something, I'm not going to be mad though if they don't do it. I'm not going to get so into knowing every detail that I need to fucking play it out and write my own chapters.
No, again, I think at the same time, the fantasy booking's the fun of it. I think sometimes when we want something significant and it doesn't transpire, I mean, again, I think it's on them to kind of find where the happy medium is. And fans can't always get what they want. And I feel like now more than ever, the minute they get what they want something else. So what do you do?
Right. Jose agree with me. Brandon, so is this the poll results here?
76% for Cena as it stands now. 69% for Cena, 28% for R-Truth, 3% going to nobody.
Oh, nobody's still an interesting pick with this one because it could be no contest of then nobody. If a no decision in this match, is it nobody gets hurt or everybody gets hurt? If there's no outcome.
Yeah, I think there's got to be some type of outcome, right? Either John wins by, distraction. John wins in a less than good guy kind of way. Like he finds some dastardly way to get a W over R-Truth. Probably wins. Like I see him beating R-Truth maybe with an STF because it's almost more insulting.
Fair.
But again, like you said, you have the options of trying to slide in. Maybe R-Truth gets a win. Maybe there's a reason why he rolls John up or he gets the quick pin and then takes an absolute beating, which requires assistance. Or again,
all he has to do is pin his shoulders to the mat for 3 seconds. You can do that on a surprise roll up and all of that.
Right. Drew, $10 super chat from Spaz. WWE dropping Worlds Collide free on YouTube is a brilliant idea long term. Anyone can get it, no strings attached. Real smart way to get people into Triple H straight off the cuff, leading to Triple Mania, a Triple H Mania. I like it. Yeah, absolutely. And everyone talks about the greed. Again, they're business. They're trying to make money. But here's an example:
video package hyping up Vikingo.
Yeah, but yeah, here comes John Cena. But here's an example of giving something back to the fans that will have a long-term gain, they hope. So again, let's be smart about it, folks. That's really amazing. Really not much criticism you can come up with giving that show away for free.
As Cena's out here with the old school creamsicle Buccaneer shit.
Just staring down the fans.
Well, you got children out there. You suck with hitting the you can't see me. I like this from Bernard. Speaking of good decisions, he ended up here instead of I can't stand JD or British YouTubers.
Let's go. We love our British fans. We love our British content creators out there as well. We just want to say that you had me in that first half for sure.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you've got
there's some.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's Ultracolic or Taco Wrestle, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely that I have a big issue with that one.
Right.
As everybody knows.
I see you, I can't click on your comment. Don't do it.
Is he being non-racial?
Cena sucks. Still, we mentioned the ladies' body parts. I wish Cena would wear something 80s like a jersey.
He's gonna stay
true. How the fuck is that 80s?
Yeah, wait, we still wear jerseys.
Well, we did the creamsicle Buccaneers jersey. He'd go back to the word life with the fucking chain and everything, but then he gives you something. Because remember, we get nothing and we like it.
As Lillian introducing John Cena.
As he
Cena sucks. That old fart John Cena still puts asses in seats.
Yeah, he still sells merch. Oh, signs of the night. There's somebody that did a fucking badass looking thing of John Cena like Schmiegel saying "my precious,"
right?
And then there's a sign right behind John that says "We are awful people."
Right? No, I like it a lot. As John Cena. But here comes R-Truth. Wait a minute.
Get
the fuck out of here.
R-Truth out here in a full scene, and he's
Get out of
what
here.
they want. The colors, do.
Let's go.
Where's Stu? We need Stu. Oh, he's doing the
R-Truth. R-Truth coming out to Cena's music in Cena's gear.
Cena entrance.
The whole Cena setup. R-Truth is here, repping his childhood favorite.
His childhood hero. He cracked the space-time continuum, folks. His childhood hero. And see, this is an easy thing to do. Ron Cena sucks.
Ron Cena sucks.
But this is an easy thing to do on 2K25 now. You just give R-Truth Cena's entrance, and you got this. You can sim this whole match.
Right?
I divorced my wife to be here as a sign in the crowd.
Is it really?
Yes, it's in gold lettering too, or a gold sign. Oh,
and Cena just rips his head off.
Right,
instant heat. Here we go, folks. Predictions are closing.
Capone, what's up? I would like to know about the AW backstage. No, they fucking aired that too, and how'd that work for them?
Has not gone well.
Take note from them. They did it on their TV, airing backstage stuff. How'd it work out for them?
Right. Let's go, Cena.
Oh, yeah, we forgot Roddy's mentioned too.
Little Jimmy.
Yeah, Ron's out here with Little Jimmy.
Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks.
I love R-Truth, but I want blood.
Oh.
I'm going Truth. I still think we get a
sneaky. Okay.
If it's not, they had this moment. If it's not disagree. Even Cody that shows up, could it be I hear voices in my head?
I could be. It could be. It could be Cody. It could be. Ron Cena lost both of his earrings.
No, Ron did, and he just threw them back at him.
Ron Cena.
Oh, yeah, Ron Cena. Sorry.
Ron Cena. Pat's calling him Ron Cena, which is great.
Ron Cena.
Right. So we still got 2 more matches coming, folks. So
lots of a steel cage in a world title match.
Right. And again, exactly what I expected this match to be, working it out, milking the crowd. The crowd is on their feet, losing their mind.
This is
real
Cena doing the greatest hits.
Yes, shoulder
tackle, sit out. Yeah.
Sit down.
You can't see me.
And they boo him. Ron Cena, RKO to Tony. This crowd is on fire. Yeah, the only time they were quiet was during the Vega match.
Well, this has been a lot of, true. Now Ron's hitting everything.
Shoulder blocks and
There's a lot of mashing the tires tonight. We saw it with the last match. Now we've got jorts on jorts action.
Yeah, I think Truth and Cena are a little easier to tell apart.
See, money got me here. I must be double. 4 Cenas here.
You can't see me.
I'm not Gustavo.
There you go. Perfect. And the crowd's losing it.
1, 2, dos amigos.
2. Crowd goes wild.
STFU.
STF. Ah! I like it. Truth putting them to work.
Cena with the rope break. Cena rolls out. You there?
I got Cena on the floor on the outside.
Yes, sir.
Truth standing over top, coming out now.
Yep. All right, so we're good.
Let's go, Cena. Let's go, Truth.
Let's go, Cena. Let's go, Truth.
Listen to the building. Listen to the crowd. This is pro wrestling, folks. It might not be everyone's cup of tea. It might not be a work rate spectacular. But for my money, this is pro wrestling. A building full of people losing their minds. Guys like myself and Nick sitting on the edge of their seats. And this is just fun. And it makes sense. We don't got to pick it apart and criticize it. This is good. It's got meaning.
This fits perfectly for a Saturday Night Main Event, though, too, because this is the type of stuff. Oh,
and
Now
swallow
we got to
those
stare eye to
things,
eye as Cena was
right?
going to hit him with the belt. Come on, John. I believed in you. You were my hero.
R-Truth is 53. I've aged 53 years, and he hasn't aged at all.
Yeah, he is the fountain of youth. He needs to be protected. The ref sat there and even watched him do it.
Yeah. And the crowd cheers.
Yes. Oh, he goes to handshake, ball kick. Hey. 1, 2, fuck. Riot. Riot.
Riot, let's go. Okay.
That I can't be mad at that ending because you didn't expect this to be a fucking barn burner. I'm surprised we didn't get much of anything, but
it's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
He goes and R-Truth celebrates that. Oh, yeah, see, you're back. You nice. You like me. We're going to handshake. Handshake, ball kick, low blow, AA, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, we talked about this. You called this, Nick.
Hits the belt shot on his way out.
Perfect. Again.
Sell the heel turn and go back.
Yes,
go back and lay into it.
And now, again, for the people that maybe weren't booing him that much, you're going to boo him for beating up Ron Killings. Ron Cena is loved.
Ron Cena, yeah, he's a legend. But that's what I'm saying. I would go back and you sell more of I'm sick of you fucking people. Of he's the antithesis. He's the embodiment of you. So I am going to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. And walks off. No music. You know, again, huge reactions from the crowd. Not a work rate spectacular. Not going to be voted in, the top 4 for the, the midlifeies that are coming up here on the channel. No. But it is exactly what we thought it was going to be. And it was solid wrestling. The crowd was into every minute of it. And yeah, some people out there can do really cool stunts and tricks. But if you can't get the crowd to react like that, you ain't doing it for any reason other than your own.
That was a moment. I liked Lady B's comment of that's Jort violence and I won't stand for it.
I love it.
That fits very much with it being a Saturday night main event. And now it fits even more of why that is there on this card. Because if that was what it was going to be and that's what it was, that makes much more sense of where it was on the card.
Yeah, absolutely. As now we are setting up Damian and Drew, folks. I will put the prompt up in the chat. I think Nick is going to go stretch his legs.
Yes, please.
And
I gotta go riot, my guy. The riot starts on my front yard. Let's go. I gotta go riot here, folks. Bring your torches, bring your pitchforks. It's BYOB on the Ron Cena riot.
Right. Let's go. Let's go. Nick taking a pause for the cause. The show rolls on. We are setting up Drew McIntyre taking on Damian Priest. Get your votes in the chat. Who are you taking? Become our predictions champion. And don't forget that predictions title will be on the line tomorrow for 2 pay-per-views. We're going to take the combined score of Battleground and Double or Nothing to get a winner. So it's going to be a mega championship. Let's go. But Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, and I'll put it out to the chat. How do you guys feel about this? Do you care about this match? Do you think it's going to be a good match? Have you liked Drew and Damian? How do you feel about it? Again, I've been on the record for, this is a very strong upper mid-card rivalry. It keeps the men away from the title picture. Right now, there's a bit of a logjam of upper echelon talent because of John Cena holding on to the belt right now. But eventually that bubble's going to burst. John's going to move on. And I think there's going to be a lot of guys, Drew, Cody, that are all going to be kind of pining after that belt. But the cage is coming down. They're going to send us to commercial break. How's everyone doing out there on this Saturday night? And I guess while we do have the commercial break, I will add on the fact that tomorrow, 6 p.m., we will be live. Battleground. We will be live for Double or Nothing. 2 screens, 2 hosts. Fun time. Going to be a hell of a Sunday night. We know when we start. We don't know when we're going to finish. So be here for that. Of course, Raw on Monday, all through your wrestling week. The fallout of Battleground, the fallout of Double or Nothing, the fallout of Under Siege, the fallout of Saturday Main Event. We got all the fallouts all week long. So, again, be a friend, tell a friend. If you could share this link with everybody you know, we want to see 200 people hanging out with us every single night. So be a friend and spread the word. But Priest for the win. We'll see. Priest for the win. Drew needs the win. I'm leaning Drew. It's hard to go against Drew McIntyre in 2025. I think he's in a good position. I think ultimately, I think he needs it a little bit more. It might hurt Damian a little, but I think Drew needs that next step. It's Naval Aviation. That's on Tuesdays. That's the manager of NXT, Naval Aviation. The Fallout Boy. Let's go. Drew, Damian rubber match will probably be the last man standing or an I quit match. I'm thinking that as well, Anthony. So if Damian picks up this, I could see this. That for sure. Yes, I would agree with that. Very, very ad heavy. I don't know what the total count is right now, ABJ. Anyone out there know how many commercials we have had? I'm curious. Bum, bum, bum. Ava Rain. Blame it on the rain. Yeah, no, it's not good. It's not good. I got Drew for the win. Okay. I think Damian is getting over even in losses, just like Chelsea. I do think the fans are at least seem to like him. They're reacting to him. I think maybe not the most over guy, but good enough that the fans are happy to see him. I don't know. Is that a strong enough way to put him over? How do you like the idea of Santos Escobar joining Paul Heyman's faction next because lost leadership? I don't know about that. I don't know. Again, I think he's in some ways still more of a veteran. I think there's other things for him to do. I really don't see it fitting together. Look at the powerhouse team they have right now, and they could still add a theory. I mean, if they wanted to go crazy, 100 or 150 or so commercials and counting. It's been a lot. I feel like we're at like 12. At least 6, for sure 6. Evolution is coming to Atlanta. Is it official now? Anthony is pumped. Anthony will be there live. I'm already saying it. I'm manifesting that for you, buddy. But yes, so Evolution, Atlanta, July 13th, I believe is the date they're going to do it. So pretty exciting. Looking forward to this one. The WWE's women division, NXT's been unbelievable with the women. But again, I think they booked their women's division better than anyone else out there right now. And I'm more than happy to have that debate. But they have enough talent and enough women that everybody wants to kind of see. This should be a lot of fun. If they do it right, this could be really cool. I don't want Stephanie losing yet unless they plan to push her to the moon on the main roster. Bernard, welcome. I think that her losing, and I could see her losing, Jordan kind of felt like ready to go already. So she could lose. And if she does, I do think that might be the plan. As now Jay and Cena staring each other down. Coming back out of the commercial, John Cena. Jay reminding John he threw him out of the Rumble. Let's go. That's amazing, Anthony. Really cool. Looking like bookend show. Maybe a little. I mean, would you really have Cena and R-Truth being that what that match was? You really couldn't have it follow the steel cage match. Probably couldn't have it follow Jay and Logan either. So yeah, it makes sense. I almost wonder if they would have been better off opening with it, but you open kind of with that big Seth Rollins moment, bringing in Bronson Reed, set the tone. Got to set the tone. Oh. Sean says, imagine letting the belt be around the waist of a YouTuber. That would almost ruin wrestling. Dun, dun, dun. What does that mean? Is John Cena hinting at the idea that he might want to help Logan Paul be champion to help ruin wrestling as he promised he was going to. To talk on the screen. Let's go. Lindy Kai. Jesse on commentary. This show has been a build versus a book. Okay. You might have to elaborate on that when you return, sir. Nice exchange between Cena, a great exchange. And even the idea of like how much pressure is on you, even if Cena doesn't assist or get involved in any way, shape, or form, which is doubtful. It's just planting that seed of like, oh, you got a lot of pressure on you. I liked it. I liked it a lot. And even to hint at the idea of like, a YouTuber being champ, would that hurt the wrestling business? I might be interested in something like that. I keep saying Paul's going to get that belt sometime. Cinema promo. Jesse Ventura, low-key swaggy as let's go. He always has been styling and profiling, and I know that's someone else's gimmick, but Jesse always looking good. Are they really showing highlights from Uncle Elmer and them? I think so. John Cena loves the idea of a YouTuber being champion because 100%, that's actually good. And then just leaving that out in the air, and you kind of hear the fans go, ooh, like, could Cena show up just to try and get that, to manifest that? Does he try and get involved? If he really wants to hurt wrestling, what would hurt wrestling more? What would hurt Nick more? Right? If John Cena helped Logan Paul get the title. As here comes Drew McIntyre. Can R-Truth deliver in front of Cena? Gonna be a one-sided for sure. Well, I mean, it's over already. I hate to spoil it for you, but yes, he did have his troubles. Jesse is yapping. Read the room. Yeah, no idea what Jesse kept saying. I feel like he just talked right at the end there. Just kept going. But Drew McIntyre, get your votes in. I believe the prompt went out. What is the chat saying? Tied 47-47 right now. Drew and Priest tied. So to me, that tells me that you have booked a pretty good rivalry in the sense of where's it going to go? Could go either way tonight. So you show us legend Leilani Kai, but get rid of your perfectly good talent in Dakota Kai. Chris wants all the Kais, God damn it. Jesse's mind's so gone. He said NBC wouldn't allow him to wouldn't allow a steel cage match back in the day, but they had one. Hulk Hogan and the Big Boss Man. Facts. Jesse's funny as hell though, and he is a little, he's like John Malkovich in the movie Red. That's Jesse Ventura. Spaz, another $10 in the books. WWE being petty and trying to make all the headlines they can this week. Read back and with Rollins Group Evolution 2, the Kingo's first WWE match. FAW. I'm so happy WWE is being petty. I don't think it's totally petty. And I think it's unfair to deem everything as petty. Some of this is business. Some of this is shit that has to happen, right? The Rollins storyline, okay, so what? Wait till next week and I know what you're saying. It's funny as hell. But I don't think it's totally petty. Business has to happen. And yeah, maybe it's a bit of a flex here and there. But ultimately, I like it. I've said it from day one. I like the war. I like the battle. I don't love the toxic underbelly of it all. But overall, I like, a bit of rivalry, a bit of fun. It makes it exciting. I like when they do little back and forth. I don't like everybody crying when it happens. But Damian Priest making his way to the ring. Still, slight edge to Drew now. Cena, new finishing maneuver. The low blow. So well done. So well done. Oh, he's turning over a new leaf. He's thinking about being good. No, he not. No, he not. I wonder if we will see more than 10 minutes of this match. Oh, because of commercial? I really hope so. I mean, long ass entrances, which is fine, but then ding ding and 2 minutes in commercial, again, I think you hurt your momentum a little bit. But Drew jump starts it. So last call on your predictions, folks. Who are you taking? As right now, Drew McIntyre jump starts this one and goes under the ring looking for stuff. Oop. Who thinks Drew McIntyre is going to pull a Jimmy Snuka? I highly doubt it, Christian. This match needs some time. Yeah, it really does. So we'll see. I mean, just under 40 minutes left on the clock. I don't know how much of a run over, if any. So this match has got to get time, and we still have a world title match following it. So, yeah, we got to split this one up 20 minutes each. Maybe.
Speaking of splitting, but yes. Yeah, I'm taking Drew with this one. What I was saying before with my comment in the chat of this to me has been building. The show's been building versus bookended. I feel like having this match here, it's been building more and progressing, like you've talked about. You have what should be probably your co-main is in the co-main slot.
Yeah, you just kind of kept getting a little bit better, a little more meaningful each match, and you understand now why the Cena match was in that spot, because that match wasn't strong enough to go off the air with. So I think there's a good chance that we end the night. Saturday Night Main Event goes off the air with everybody yeeting in the building, because that's a cool visual.
Or do they go with John Cena?
What did you think of that little interaction?
Well, I think that's part of too, even why that match was there. Excuse me. And there is the rumor out there that come Money in the Bank, it is going to be John Cena, Logan Paul, and Travis Scott versus, I believe, it's Jey Uso, CM Punk, like that. Yeah, there's a 6-man allegedly, as I go to commercial, that's involving a team of John Cena, Logan Paul, and Travis Scott.
That's crazy.
I mean, no more Travis Scott. I never want to hear Fiend again. And I like how everyone's just reverted back to with the news about WrestleMania potentially going back to Vegas of just Fiend. That's how they're talking about it. Just Fiend.
Don't run it back. Don't run it back. We're good. We had our fill.
We had our Fiend fill.
This one's for you.
Jesse Ventura is the Nick of commentary. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, I'll take it. I've tried to do the Jesse before. It's mostly just me doing Sasso, doing Jesse.
Sasso.
The Baja.
Right. Why isn't this a Punjabi prison match? I think some obvious reasons.
Because Jinder Mahal, Great Khali, and Randy Orton are the only people that can wrestle those matches.
Yeah. Oh, Spaz, stop it.
Fiend.
God damn it.
Fiend.
As much as I love you, Spaz, I'll put you in the penalty box just for being annoying.
Well, there's been the whole discussion of potentially Travis Scott actually having, whether it be a 6-man tag match or teaming with John Cena, or we continue that kind of connection because it was WrestleMania 41's main event.
Yeah. I mean, again, a lot of tie back and how does it all make sense? How does it all fit in? Do we even care? Do they run Travis Scott knowing what a poor response it got the first time? And
do they go back to Vegas knowing what a poor response they got the first time?
I mean, I don't mind them trying to. Maybe it's a redo. We want to run it back.
I think it's them setting up shop, them setting up house. Think about it.
I don't mind that.
UFC operates out of Vegas.
Yeah, but they travel as well. But ultimately, I don't think so, dude. Because we talked about this leading into everything that happened. There's cities out there bidding on WrestleMania. They're not going to park up in Vegas. They can make more bank shopping themselves.
It's Mania London.
I hope so too. That would be ideal.
Right. I like this though, real quick from Spaz. I sent you some eating a can. But don't open it. It's spam. So real quick, we've talked about this at the start of the show, and we haven't talked about it too much. Wyatt Six show up last night. Some people very much not exactly so happy that the Wyatt Six showed up.
Yeah. Because again, I think it's just the fickle fans being the fickle fans in a lot of ways. We all agree. We all admit what happened when they came back. We were super excited. Then they did nothing and it didn't matter. And it really took the steam out of it. And I was really disappointed. Okay, we get that. We have established that. We can all agree on that. The run has not gone well. So you have two choices. Fire all these people and say, sorry, it didn't work out. Or take another swing at it. And last night was a great start to a second swing. I think in time, more people will kind of get behind it if they do it right. But the pressure's on. Triple H will be watched very heavily from the fan base of what does this mean? What does it end up go? Where does this end up going? How do you make them matter? But again, the fans, I can't believe they're not here. They're here. Oh, we don't like them.
Right.
What? We can't win. Like shit.
Right. As I'm back in action, I got Priest and Drew up on the ropes by the side of the cage. It's been interesting because you can actually now see the drone. Like when Zelina and Chelsea hit the code red, you could see the drone right there getting a shot.
As both men on the top rope trying to get out.
Well, are we still in a cage match to where you've got to escape to win? Is this a pinfall?
I hate the escape rule. I think somebody else brought it up in the chat. I've never liked the get out of the cage.
It's how they heaven. 1, 2.
1, 2.
Oh, hiccup.
Kick out.
And I'm getting a replay now, but the escape rule has always kind of felt like it's a bit of the cop out of like, so your way of winning the match is running away from your opponent.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, I mean, again, it can't be a scapegoat all the time. Hollywood products do the same thing. Productions do the same thing. I heard Rob Lowe whining about it on a podcast. These people want those tax incentives. That's fair enough. You do have a point with that. Absolutely. That is a perk for sure.
They film the movies there. They don't fucking like have the movie set there every time.
Yeah. SmackDown tag team clears every tag team in AEW. Arthur.
Well, I like that. Oh! Superplex as Priest was trying to escape as Drew with the kip up.
Good match and the crowd loud. Drew fired up. Setting up the Claymore. Ref in a bow tie. Very nice. Love it.
Right. Claymore.
Takes his head off. Ooh. 1.
Dos.
Big kick out. Good match.
And this is what you needed of not saying Cena versus Ron was a bad match, but it was a spectacle versus that's an angle versus a match.
Yes. 100%. But big kick. SmackDown tag teams. I mean, again, I would make the argument with this that based on booking and positioning, the answer is yes. The best tag team you have right now is the Hurt Syndicate, but they haven't had any really great matches. And the booking doesn't make any sense. Fighting Texas Toast makes no sense. But here we go anyway. We're going to do it. Screw it. We'll just squash our storyline that we've been working on for months to hang out and do this shit with Texas Toast. I don't get it. But nonetheless, I think that Fraxium DIY, you're looking at Street Profits. Now, if you have the Wyatt Six, like Gacy and Dexter in that group, the tag team division looks fun.
Oh, absolutely. Well, tag team wrestling as a whole is in a slump right now. With AEW, you have the Hurt Syndicate. You should have FTR, but you don't because they're in a nothing burger. Yeah. Well, I like the name Texas Toast. That's their new official name is Texas Toast.
I like Texas Toast.
I'm tired of Sons of Texas as South of Heaven from Drew on Opinion.
48% taking Drew, 45. I mean, again, the fans are split down the middle here, Nick. Like a tough one to call, according to the chat.
Well, and that's fine. There's a certain percentage I would say is wrong, but that's my biases.
Mm-hmm.
There was someone that was new in the chat that I was trying to see. I'm trying to find. Oh, Amanda. I need Amanda hug and kiss. Amanda Simmons, new to the chat.
We heard it a million times. New to the chat. Welcome.
Misfit, I can confirm there will be more women's matches on Evolution than All In. Well, it's an all women's pay-per-view, so odds might be ever in your favor, Katniss Everdeen.
Right. How do you feel about the official July 13th Evolution to Atlanta, Georgia? Gonna be, I think it's gonna be really good, Nick. We will be here live.
Anthony's reaction. I need an Anthony face cam of that announcement.
Yeah, right. We're gonna make it. Anthony will be here live for Evolution, folks. We can't do that without him.
Well, he might be there live. We might need to see if that man can sneak into the media scrum. If he can ask everyone's favorite Chick-fil-A order instead of Waffle House order.
Bring the webcam. Let's go.
Right. But yeah, I think I'm glad we're finally pulled the Band-Aid off with Evolution 2. We've been talking about it for a year.
Yep.
We've been talking about it for a while. It feels like it's been theorized and thought about ever since the first one happened. So I'm glad we actually got back around to that.
Right. And I quickly want to say about the Vegas thing, and I could be wrong. Whoa. Oh, he missed.
Goes for the Claymore into the chair in the corner and nobody home.
Oh. The last thing I'll say about it is I feel like if it was Vegas, it would have been done already. Like they would have announced it super quick. I think, and maybe I'm wrong about that.
Leaked. The change was leaked because I've seen that. That
it was an official release.
It's got let out.
It was an official release from New Orleans. So
yeah,
it wasn't leaked out. Like they put out an official word. Like nobody saw this coming.
But then they responded because people knew.
Maybe. I don't know. I hadn't seen that, but maybe you're right about that. But nonetheless, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they just have to iron some things out. But the longer it goes, it makes me think it's going somewhere else.
Fair enough. And that was literally a concerto.
Right? Oh, is Damian just rubbing Drew's face in the chair? Rude.
Oh, he's about to, I guess. Ronan might be ahead of us. We might be getting a literal concerto.
Right?
Oh, no way. Yo!
Oh, holy shit. Holy shit. Damian's going to win.
When's the last time though you actually saw like the cleanest done like that of a concerto? Nobody interferes, nothing. Like they literally stayed with it, and that man smacked him.
And they announced the move from his mentor,
Edge.
Yeah,
they trademarked Edge. Copeland coming back, and Priest just walks out. Yo,
no, wait a minute. Step to the floor and then go back in.
But is that not? Yeah. There. So Priest wins.
Now you go back in. Priest gets the W, folks.
Is this not putting Drew then on the shelf?
Well,
it has to be. You squish the man's brains. He's got the goddamn Steve Macklin, a fractured skull.
Yeah, and this to me means that this feud might not be over upon his return.
Is it at a standstill?
I don't think so. This was great.
No. I'm saying of that Drew's got to go away at least for a week or two, a month or so. Does this get backburned? Yeah.
Yeah. I know I do. I think you let Drew, take a couple weeks off. And then
we've got the EMTs, everything.
You got to sell a concerto. You sell a pile driver in this company. You got to sell the concerto. You never do it. When you do it, you got to make it count. You can't just do it and then have the guy show up the next night on another show.
Yeah, I don't know if that's exactly safe of the man that just had his skull crushed in. Letting
him move his neck is usually step one not to do.
Right, but again, like you said, you see this. When Copeland was out there, you could see this fucking 3 times a month in AEW. This is the first time we've seen this in years in WWE as Drew's coming to. But you're going to sell it. You're going to sell it like you sell a pile driver, a small package pile driver and everything like that. You're going to sell this man's hurt. This man's got to get carted off.
Absolutely. Sell it big. Sell it big. Make it count. Make it look real. You see him wobbly. He's fighting off the assistants. True to form for Drew. Drew's the type of guy that doesn't want help. But yeah, I mean, selling us on the fact that his noodle just got absolutely shook. And Damian Priest with a big win here, guys.
Yeah,
a strong
I can't
win.
Even be mad at it. I can't even be mad at it.
Like I think we can agree that whether you like him or not, or like wherever anyone feels, it was a pretty strong win for Damian tonight.
That was a definitive statement.
Yeah.
Win, lose, or draw. That was absolutely a definitive statement because that was very much of he went that extra mile. He digged it out there of I'm going to end this man. Sit there, hits the concerto, walks out, has even the halfway second. You were just like, just step down and then go back and kick his ass.
Yeah, don't go back in.
Now. Like, but he was looking back and almost contemplating of, do I go back and beat this man even some more? That's a very a dark turn, a heel turn potentially of Priest there. Of he went that extra mile. He got nitty and gritty with it.
Yeah, a very strong statement. I think you put it very well. From Damian, I like the way it looked. This again to me helped solidify Damian in that picture with a guy like Drew. Of all right, you can hang. The match was solid, fun cage match again. Maybe not a work rate classic, but a really good match with a great ending for me. Especially if it's if you now leave it in a way of, well, shit, we better see Drew come back and get revenge.
And you did really well for it not being a 45-minute cage match. That was a 15, 20-minute cage match. Everybody hit big moves. You have the Claymore that misses into the corner, into the chair. You have Drew hit a South of Heaven. You had Damian hit one or two of them. Like, I'm not going to lie, and I'm a known Damian Priest denier, Damian Priest hater.
Nah,
I didn't mind that. Like, I think that's, like I said, that's a really good, that's the best result, the best outcome. As someone who doesn't like Damian Priest or isn't actually right behind him right now, that's the best outcome you could have had.
Yeah,
like it's pulling me in.
No, I think that went well, and we'll see now what happens. Is we don't see Damian next week, we don't see Drew next week either. Damian comes back the following week, runs his mouth about Drew. Maybe Drew shows up then or the following week to say,
suspends Priest.
Maybe
because you went too far. You
went too far.
Went too far. You took liberties with your opponent. You put Drew McIntyre on the. Well, no, it'd be Aldis. It wouldn't be Pierce. But either way, well, we know Aldis loves his suspensions.
He does. He really does. This needs to go to an Inferno match. I think the days of Inferno matches are gone, but man, it would be cool, especially with Damian's like kind of vibe of like we're gonna do an Inferno match.
The Inferno match didn't work past match 2. Like that's the thing.
Unfortunately, it's a tough one to pull off proper. Drew did not get buried. No, 100% not. Drew still Drew. Drew will be fine.
Yeah, no Drew Bury.
Good wrestlers lose matches too, folks.
And to lose it in that way, though, too, like that's not. Oh, he just took a finisher in 1, 2, 3. In the grand scheme of things, in the kayfabe verse of wrestling, he just took what was one of the most devastating moves of even the Attitude Era with the concerto. So he should be all but out. It was scarier that he's out there flailing, coming to, and no one's protecting his neck. They didn't put the halo on him.
Yeah, I get it. Like, and they wanted to put the halo on him, but Drew being Drew, pushing them away. But legs like Jello, you sell it strong, dude. I like it. I like it a lot. And to me, again, I think the theme for me watching this show is, with one exception, this feels very pro wrestling, very what you expect out of pro wrestling. The crowd is loud into it. They're invested in the people. And for most part tonight, they've been super into this.
It has the very vintage feel to it of this is what if this was Christ 35, 45, dare I say, years ago, and I was tuning in to when Saturday Night Main Event was a regular thing and everything. So You had a match that was kind of a spectacle. You had the surprise debut of somebody. You had a cage match. Hey,
Barry and Mike Rotunda.
Yeah, well,
Daddy Bray.
Bo fitting that we just had, Bo, and we just had Bray's birthday yesterday, and we had that whole tie-in. Go ahead.
Sorry, you just made me think of something earlier when we were talking about the Bray Wyatt thing or the Wyatt 6 thing. I did want to say quickly, and you just made me think of it. Even if the story sucks or it's not going anywhere or it never pans out, never is what it's supposed to be, that was still a really cool fucking moment. Like let's put our claws away for 5 seconds and acknowledge what a fucking cool moment that was. If Tony Khan had a birthday cake out there for Brody Lee, people would have been having a fucking parade in the street because what a hero. Let's acknowledge what a fucking moment. Like having that little sign off to Bray on his birthday. Kudos. Give credit where it's due.
Yeah, let's put the arms down. Let's just come together and all of that, because that was such a cool moment. And that's, to me, what set the show over. That's why I was like, I'm giving this an 11 out of 10, because you had that whole moment.
Yeah.
Of that's not a dry eye in the house. And especially you have his kid actually able to dress up as him before for his birthday and everything. Like, sometimes cool shit just happens, and regardless of territory lines of however you want to view it, cool shit just happens.
Yeah. Right? Like,
let's just embrace cool shit. Why do we need to be gangbanging on happiness?
Yeah, like, again, you might disagree about like the booking or whatever. We don't give a shit. But there's certain things that should just kind of be tipped. Like, okay, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Tuber versus wrestler. Yeah, I mean, again, I think kind of like early Miz. Like, for the longest time, Miz was just the MTV guy, no matter what he did.
Oh, yeah.
Logan's very much that. He's the YouTuber until we forget he's a YouTuber, but he's always going to be a YouTuber. So that's going to be tricky to forget that he's a YouTuber.
Yeah, but I will say, though, that Miz is Logan's more talented in the ring than Miz is. Still,
for sure. Oh, absolutely.
I've seen a tuber versus a professional boxer. I've seen a tuber versus MMA fighter. All of this.
Right.
And Amanda even saying that was a great moment last night. Excited for Wyatt 6 and the return. Had me teary-eyed last night. Absolutely. Yeah. I sat there and went through, when we got off stream, was just watching through old Bray Wyatt stuff.
Yeah, man. It comes up in your feed because you're talking about it, and you know how it is. So you start looking, I'm getting all these Wyatt clips in my For You page, right?
Yeah, but still, to go from that and just still think about, this is just me being me, talking to you. This is a part of me I haven't been able to show before. And like, yes, Bray is not the 17, 18-time world champion, everything, but he connected with the fan base at a level
of
a Mick Foley type level of you love him no matter what.
Mm-hmm. You were just so, I think, no matter whether he was a heel, baby face, it never mattered with him. It just transcended the sport because he felt so raw, so real, so him. His words, and anybody that followed him outside of wrestling, you saw his words and little peeks into how his brain would tick, and it just made him so different than so many others. In a time where wrestling was really boring, Bray Wyatt was a thing that would make me tune in. And again, like I said, I know it's a bit of a side tangent as we got Jay yeeting away
with random Caucasian child.
Again, like this is the new thing. Like it's like the Bret Hart glasses. Jay
is for the people. Jay is for the kids.
You said it. He's the new John Cena in that regard. Yeah. He will be making all the wishes now.
Make a yeet instead of make a wish. Make a yeet.
Yeah, make a yeet. Now, how do you feel quickly in a YouTuber versus memer is kind of funny? How do you feel about John Cena kind of hinting at like Logan winning would kind of ruin wrestling? Do you think there's any chance Cena pops up for this to kind of help ruin wrestling?
Well, like I said, there's
that scare you at all?
Of the potential 6-man come Money in the Bank. Even if you don't win, folks, you ever want to see me have a conniption? That'll be if John Cena shows up and helps
Gonna be
if John Cena just beat Ron Cena, then helps Logan Paul beat Jey Uso. Oh, for fuck's sake, we're rioting. We're rioting in the streets, everything.
Right? Like out of nowhere, John Cena kicks Jey Uso in the nuts. At the end, the ref takes a bump. Low blow from Cena. Logan Paul, new champ. We go off the air. Cena and Logan Paul arm in arm, just waving to the fans.
That would be then the ultimate bookend, because you started it with Bronson Reed shows up and pairs up with Seth Rollins, and then you bookend it and do the SmackDown version essentially, and you've got Logan and John Cena. But I personally, I don't fucking want that. To hell with Logan Paul. Do you think that Logan might pull the best match out of Jey? Because you might worry that he might win, that Logan could win it at any moment. And we know that Jay's not a 5-star classic wrestler, but him having a match with a super athletic guy like Logan, I think they help each other really well in this situation.
I think in a place where it's the challenge for John Cena at this point of his career is no matter how hard he tries to be a heel, there's people out there that he's put in too many minutes, too many miles as the good guy. They love him. I mean, R-Truth is the perfect. He got to represent the people in this moment, in this match tonight. So again, I think you have this opportunity because Logan Paul gets the genuine heat. Now these two corporate, greedy, selfish.
But then you're bringing back Dwayne. You're bringing back Travis Scott. I hear you. And it's really hard to make Superman an asshole.
Right.
But, yeah.
I would rather John Cena team up with Logan Paul than John Cena team up with Travis Scott at all. But if you're going to double down,
teams up with nobody. You get nothing.
You get nothing.
No, I think John Cena should stay the course and stay with this. And I like that we're playing the seeds, because it's even what Cross was doing with AJ of you got to stand up for the business here with this. Of you're representing the boys, not just you.
Yeah. Imagine the pressure. Imagine the pressure.
And imagine how to ruin wrestling. I'm sure that would ruin wrestling.
That's where I love that line, because it left the cliffhanger of, would John Cena go to the lengths of costing Jey Uso the title as part of his mission to destroy wrestling?
But
could you imagine
why that works in that moment and why you had that match go on third from last? Because you can set up that moment and tease that there of, even if it doesn't happen, it's going to be there in your mind the whole match.
Yeah, like could you imagine, like from now till probably the fall Saudi show, if not SummerSlam, Survivor Series, could you imagine John Cena just like keeps doing weird, like little things like that just makes like the internet just fucking hate it all. Like hate it so bad.
Right. This man has abs imprinted on his fucking vest. From Puerto Rico by way of Cleveland. Oh my fuck.
It's true.
Bullshit, it's true.
It's true.
Logan Paul's from Puerto Rico.
He lives in Puerto Rico, yes. Him and his brother. They've been there for a long time.
That just sounds like tax evasion. If you
go watch Paul American.
No, why would I punish myself? What is this? If I need to do 10 lashes because I didn't get a prediction right, sir?
Right? No, you go to Puerto Rico with the Pauls. They're in Puerto Rico. I do think it's part of like a, go hide in a third world country kind of idea. But
offshore betting fucking.
No offense,
run from CoffeeZilla over there.
Yeah, I think it's kind of hiding out. Jimmy will help Jay. I don't think so.
Ooh, could be
interesting.
It will be interesting for sure.
Right.
Timmy, what up? Misfit, I see you saying about Injustice turning Superman an asshole.
Right. Yeah. True.
If you're gonna do abs, you gotta go all the way. And no,
it's true. It's true.
No bat nipples.
Bat nipples.
No, well then they had the Alicia Silverstone cake cam.
All right, folks. Predictions are about to close up. I don't know how to transition away from that comment.
Well, I'm still out here. What is it with everyone having matching goddamn attire tonight? Everyone's got the same goddamn color scheme. So
right, you look like me. Quick. Oh, big clap.
Yeah, we've got the White Uso Ranger with Jay out here.
Yeah, I really want this to be a good wrestling match. I want this match to be enjoyable.
But
In
that's
addition,
where I think because you have Logan who can be that athletic guy and Jay's not known to be a barn burner.
Jay's
Blockbuster right there.
underrated.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say Blockbuster.
Well, no, I thought you were saying about Jay being underrated. I was gonna say, I think
he is underrated.
But I think these two will work well together. They will highlight each other in the best ways possible.
Right. Oh, Logan up and over cross body from the. There we go.
Commercial.
ABJ's at home losing his fucking mind about these commercials.
They're killing it though. The commercials are killing this because it's every big move.
It's an NBC special. Like, I don't know what to do, folks.
No, and I like that's the thing is I get it, but just to me, it's the planning of like you lose so much momentum of we gotta move to the outside. We were in the first match, clothesline over through the table, commercial break. Sammy with the flip on the outside on a Braun, commercial break. You lose the momentum you've built.
Yeah, and I feel like, I mean, back in the day, maybe it always wasn't the case, but I do know there was a long stretch where JR would say, folks, that's our final commercial break. We're riding this one out. And it'd be like the last 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes of a show, no commercial. You get your last one in. JR lets you know we're not going to cut from the action. And you get a nice run to the end. And you're right. When you get a commercial 2 minutes in or off of every high spot, you're like, shit, like, yay. Oh, I go get a drink. Yay, go get a drink. Like,
yeah, well, it's the A and it's the come down there. Pause. But would you rather have the first hour commercial free or the last 10 to 15 minutes commercial free?
I take the last 10 to 15 minutes. You put something important in there and you don't break from it.
Fair. I'll give you that.
Right? I mean, the first hour is great, but if you're going to put promo, like a commercial free promo, promo off between Cody and Cena is not, save it for the main event, whatever the main event is.
You're not going to have a commercial in the middle of them cutting a promo anyway. So why the fuck are you telling me it's commercial free?
Right, exactly. And then, I mean, again, I get mad at Dynamite because they'll do an overrun, but do a commercial on the hour, which is completely the antithesis of doing an overrun.
Or even being on the hour on anything. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right, this match is going to go 7 minutes. Yeah, we got 7 minutes on the clock. They haven't really got, we got a couple minutes so far. We'll see if there's any kind of overrun here on Saturday night.
See money. I just pack a bowl of vitamins during the commercial. Simple as.
Right.
There was no commercial break in the Attitude Era. Bullshit. As someone who's lived through the Attitude Era, there was still plenty of them. Astral, GTX, lugs, everything.
Right. You're at Austin Mania. Well, there's no commercials on Mania. No.
Well, that's not a current thing. That's not a current thing. You still get commercials, and the whole fucking ring's a commercial.
But they're in-house commercials or they're sponsorship commercials. WWE had that always. Like once not to the level that it does now at all, because it wasn't nearly as corporate or as commercialized. But I mean, their actual weekly show still had.
Well, tonight, as we've got back in the action, Jey Uso in corner.
Mm-hmm. Well, keep in mind, you got NBC is the one selling the commercial slots as well.
Well, that's what I was about to say. This is still a Saturday night special. This is a special show. This is a Title Tuesday, whatever the fuck this is. Anything akin to that. This isn't a PLE. This is still, this is get your popcorn, get your hot dog. Saturday night special. Small package.
Oh. Yeah, it comes down on the legs in a small package. The ref waits for the proper cover. I love that. Shout out to Oregano. My man. Getting in
Finally, there. Oregano. I thought I saw him earlier.
Oregano with the smart call. Hey, get that shoulder down.
Right. I'm not going to be a meme out here. My name. I'm already a meme as it is.
Right. Let's go.
Oh, as Logan's celebrating with Jay on his shoulders.
Oh,
moonsault, knees up.
Nice lion salt.
Better than Jericho.
Oh, God. It's not even close.
Jericho's just that sad lion at the zoo that you're hoping that might have mange and everything when he hits a lion salt.
You know when the drunk uncle gets on the diving board and like watch me and he just belly flops his dive? That's Jericho.
Yo, pop up Samoan drop for a 2 count. Oh. Jericho is the Uncle Rico of wrestling.
He really is.
I can do a lion salt over that mountain.
Right. What's the date for All Out and All In? September 20th is All In. Oh no, All Out. All In is July. It's coming up.
All In, yeah. All In
July 12th.
Follows All Out. That's gotta, yeah. That's I think around 4th of July weekend. I want to say. All In, I believe, is in July. All Out as in September, which would be surprising because that's the first time in a while that they've actually had a big break between the two.
It's September 20th in Toronto. So
yeah,
and July 12th, All Out. All In Texas.
Okay, so it was a week off, but still, normally the past 2 times that they've done All In and All Out, it's been literally like the next week.
Yeah. No, and that's
buckshot into a super kick.
Nice. Blow his head off.
Hey, we're getting a preview of Ospreay versus Hangman tonight.
Right. Oh, don't say that. That's
I'm an AW fan big mad right now.
That's a take. 86% of the chat taking Jey Uso, 11 taking Logan, 4% going to nobody.
You're telling me, though, we don't get a buckshot into a super kick spot tomorrow night?
Oh, 100%.
We're getting a preview.
We're going to get a buckshot into a hidden blade as well.
Oh, shit, actually, yeah. Oh,
I think it's going to burn. I really think that match is going to fucking burn.
That and the Anarchy in the Arena are the 2 only things I'm worried about in that
I'm not even that. I honestly don't care enough. Two. I'm not that invested in the Anarchy in the Arena.
I think we get it in Kingston, and we got Gabe Kidd, so I like it, and we got Kenny.
Gabe Kidd's not even in the match, though.
He'll be a peripheral.
That's
now,
bullshit.
Again, is he on a work release or is he signed?
I don't know. Right? Like, why would you put him in the build? Like the sensible thing, you put him a part of the storyline. He's on the team. No, we need Wheeler Yuta.
Well, he just got there, so now this is their long-term booking of he just got here, so he'll be on the team. Uso splash!
Oh, Jey Uso!
Do it! 1, 2.
Wait, who's here?
John Cena! John Cena pulls the record! You son of a bitch, John Cena! John Cena's beating up Jey Uso, you son of a bitch! Choking this man out. Adrenaline in my soul. This doesn't end this way. I'm sounding like goddamn husky Italian Dave LaCroix out here calling John Cena, son of a bitch, and beating up Jey Uso. You're going to let Logan Paul can win.
Do it!
Adrenaline in my soul.
There you go.
Cody Rhodes.
There you go. Nick was praying.
Help me, Cody Rhodes. You're my only hope.
Cody's back.
But does this mean we're going right into Cody versus Cena?
Maybe.
Crossroads. Logan sliding in. Oh, but Logan's going to have the breast. Misses. Spear. Get the ref. He put them up to push him back down.
Yeah, what the hell? Get down there, Scarecrow.
Right?
Jay to the top. Dude, that is crazy.
1, 2, 3.
Well done.
That was good. That had every aspect of it.
Well done. Fun, folks. Try and have it. That was entertaining. And for a moment there, we all thought, holy shit, Logan Paul might be champion. But Cody Rhodes does make his return. And Jey Uso's title is
we're going to set up the fucking tag match. So.
Money in the Bank?
I'm back. You got yourself a partner. I got myself a partner. In the Bank. So Money in the Bank. Logan Paul, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso.
All right, I'm in.
And we hard cut the fuck out of that.
And out. Oh, man. All right.
Yes, we go. I got Drew McIntyre. Goddamn.
How did you get Drew? I
don't know. No, they're literally just playing a freaking video of him. That's all. I'm still on the
all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the show. We have gone off the air. Jey Uso is still your world champion, and it's been a fun one. Give us your rating out of 10. As we do on every single show, we take a rating out of 10. How did you feel about tonight? What did you like about it? What didn't you like? What was the good, the bad, the in-between? But let us know. Nick, I had a lot of fun tonight with this one.
Yeah, you take the good, you take the bad, and then you got the facts of life. This was 100% a fun show. This is exactly, again, you have to keep it in perspective. Even when we were talking about with the commercials that were weapons of mass distraction, that it's still a Saturday night main event. It's still a 2-hour special. They hard cut right out of there at 10 o'clock on the hour. And for what they like for in those 2 hours, what was that like outside of the women's match? It was a fucking solid ass show. We had Bronson Reed show up. We had the third man show up.
Yeah.
And we had all of that. We had Ron Cena lose.
Yeah.
We had Damian Priest hit a concerto on Drew McIntyre. We have John Cena come out to help out Logan Paul and almost help him win the world title, for Cody to come out and set up a tag match between the four of them.
Yeah.
At Money in the Bank. Like, to me, that's a really solid. Is this better than the last Saturday night main event?
Yes, but I'm recency bias, and I'm trying to remember everything that was on the last one. I think this one was real fun. What I'm trying to think if there's anything major that stood out from the last one.
Now I gotta try to remember what was on the card from last one.
Yeah, no, this one was good, man. This one was really good. Highly entertained. I mean, I got Polo with a 5 out of 10. I think that's grossly low. 5-0. A lot of people had good nights tonight. Remember, the prediction title is on the line. I think there's somewhere like 16, 17 matches. So again, it's going to be a battle for the championship tomorrow night.
Yeah, are we just doing tournament like Highlander rules of, you know, you must survive whoever gets the most out of these? It's like the NCAA bracket.
Right. There can only be one. What a match. Cody Rhodes returns, 9.5 out of 10. Let's go. Yeah, I don't really care for the tag team match. LOL. No title match at Money in the Bank. Now for your two major titles. Not a fan of that. I'm okay with that because the marquee of Money in the Bank is Money in the Bank. So you put your world titles into a tag team match. They're still highlighted, but the focus of the show is Money in the Bank.
Yeah, that's pretty perfect to put it that way, because that's the focus. And I don't think there is, outside of a Gunther versus Jay, outside of a Seth versus Jay, there's a prominent like feud that you can rush all the way into Money in the Bank. And that's the thing, is it might even feel rushed to get there. So you get this match that is more of an internal story versus, again, like you said, the focus is Money in the Bank. The focus is the new potential challengers.
Yeah, and you use Money in the Bank, technically, quote unquote, a B-ish pay-per-view in their schedule. I mean, even though Money in the Bank could become almost like the pseudo number 5, but ultimately, again, you let those matches speak for themselves, and that is a pole vault for SummerSlam. So if we are going to run back Cody Cena at SummerSlam, it begins now. We hit we have a roadblock or a stop along the way at Money in the Bank, and then we head to SummerSlam, and that's how they get there.
Right. But we've got Sean with a 9 out of 10. We've got Kevin with a 10 out of 10. Jobson, 7.5 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. A Freeway Pro Wrestling Podcast. Did I say that right, Captain Canada? A.
It seemed to work for me.
There you go. I was 4-1 for this one.
Not bad.
Polo meant to put a 6, not a 5, I guess.
Okay, sorry, 6.
7.5 out of 10 and 8 out of 10. TKO is all ads, no breaks. Yada yada. I mean,
flames. I like it. Yeah, again, I understand why people hate the commercials. We hate them too. But again, when it's NBC, they're going to give you as many commercials on this show as they do for Saturday Night Live. Like, it's just the way it is.
But so what do you give tonight?
I give tonight
8.5, 9, 5-0, 10 out of 28.
10 out of 28. I'd give tonight an 8.5. I liked it a lot.
Okay.
I liked it a lot.
I feel like now, because I've been giving shows 11s out of 10s because I really like emotional moments. Now I'm like, do I need to dial it back a little bit? I can't Meltzer myself here.
Right.
I'm kind of with you though there. Of the biggest drawback tonight, I think, was the women's match.
The women's match was disappointing.
Yeah. The Priest thing pulled me in.
For sure.
I like Bronson Reed showing up tonight. I think that was a really great moment.
A good one because it wasn't leaked out. Like, we're all the cracked reporters and their sources saying Bronson's in the building tonight.
No, they're all after the effects.
Yeah, $14.99, please. I'll tell you more.
Oh Christ, I'll do it for $4.99. Do something strange for a little piece of change.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think it's not without its flaws, but again, especially for it being a Saturday night special for 2 hours, and they got in what they got in. That I'm very highly sports entertained. That is an 8.5.
Yeah, and when people say to me, like, what do you think of pro wrestling? I think a lot of what we got tonight. A lot of tonight was about the story that was being told within the matches. It's about the audience, the fans being into it, being excited. Again, John Cena, R-Truth. I had no problem with that match. It was a fun match. Again, not a 5-star burner for the young folk out there, but it was a match that meant something, a match that told the story, a match that we could follow along with, and we had our fun ups and downs. The same thing with the main event. The cage match was great, I thought. The women's match kind of struggled a little. A couple other fluffy things in there. Maybe take a quarter point off because, commercials suck. But ultimately, I thought it was a hell of a Saturday night main event. Really fun show from start to finish. I was not bored.
And that's really, I guess, the big takeaway of it. It was fun, and you did have story continuity and story things play into it and everything. Yeah. Now, are you exactly super excited for Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso to tag versus Logan Paul and John Cena at Money in the Bank? As long as we get no Travis Scott, I'm more of a fan of it.
I like this as is. Don't add Travis Scott. I'm with you on that.
No, don't at all. No. Don't need no Fiend.
But if you leave it like this, I am excited about it. I joked about, I never even really thought it would be a thing. And then John Cena made that comment about ruining wrestling. And all of a sudden, all our ears perked up. And sure enough, there he is trying to ruin wrestling. John is living the manifesto right now. I want to ruin wrestling. And I think this guy can help me ruin wrestling. That's like the terrible two. Like that's a dangerous combination. And actually working with Logan gets John Cena a little more genuine heat.
Well, and just imagine John. Well, yes, absolutely. It gets John some actual legit heat, and it makes him much more Hollywood John. So if you get Dwayne, if he ever shows back up, Travis Scott, John Cena, Logan Paul, that's kind of, I am aware that I am an asshole.
That's the UWO. Thank you for all the
Waka Waka Hey.
Right, the Waka Waka Hey. Let's go. Cody's back. Big pop for Cody. The fans in the building were thrilled. Cody going after John as he should. I'm surprised, but if this sets up John losing the belt back to Cody at SummerSlam, then it does give John time to become a babyface on the way out the door again. My bad. Cody knocked some sense into me. I love y'all.
That's the thing is, do you do John Cody at SummerSlam or do you wait and do John Cody like at the
I don't know
fourth quarter.
I don't know. I mean, they could do it in SummerSlam because it all depends. Maybe you want Cody to have some momentum. You don't want just to hand it off cold. I don't know, but tonight got a big reaction. So for me, yeah, fuck Travis Scott. Sorry, keep Travis. I don't care. You keep saying things like Travis Scott really wants to wrestle. So what? I really want to do a lot of things. They won't let me. There's just because I want to, don't let him do it.
I really want to catch passes from Josh Allen. That's why I'm not allowed at Highmark Stadium.
Right. For sure. Roman comes back at SummerSlam. Very possible. I'm going to start giving shows batting averages.
That's not a bad shout, actually.
Right.
That's actually that's a really interesting idea.
Stoner Jesus, how you doing? May that blunt be with you. Let's go. John C, because somebody is getting cash in on during that match. I don't know what that's stupid. It does nothing.
Well, no, I guess they're assuming that they're talking about the tag match of somebody wins Money in the Bank earlier in the night and then cashes in.
100% could happen.
Yeah, actually.
Could happen, right? You think, this is a nothing tag team match, and next thing, fucking somebody.
Aaron Cross comes out and Kata Hajime is Jey Uso.
Right? Yeah. And that's how John Cena wins, and Karrion's now running away with the belt. I mean, there's possibilities there, but Travis Scott can go wrestle Hook. Facts.
So early pre-prediction for tomorrow. Besides Gabe Kidd, because we know he's going to be involved in Anarchy in the Arena. Who shows up to counter him on the baby faces? Is it Eddie Kingston or is it Hook? Or both?
Might be both. They love overbooking. Dude, I love Eddie, but I'm in a tough position.
You make fun of me for liking Eddie. Fuck is you saying?
I love Eddie Kingston so much, but I don't know that he is going to help this situation. He comes out there kind of hobbling to the ring and throwing shitty chops. I don't know that saves the day.
Gas tank Eddie.
We'll see what kind of shape he's in. He's been through a lot.
No, he just shows up with the jerry can. He just jerry can for the win, boys. He just blows that shit up.
All down, right? Fuck it. All in and Saturday Night Main Event, July 12th, maybe NXT in the afternoon. Yeah, I do think the 13th is going to be Evolution, so 12th might be a Saturday Night Main Event. You're right.
Right.
What are you looking for?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I was going to look because I have the list. Yeah, so the next one is July 12th.
Yeah.
That's in Atlanta, Georgia. So Atlanta getting all the things, Anthony.
All the things. It's rude. What do you look forward to at Double or Nothing? This main event. I'm so pumped about this main event. And I read a quote again, and fans are kind of melting down about another Ospreay quote. The man is allowed to say that, and the man is allowed to have that opinion. You shouldn't get mad about it. You don't work there. And you can disagree with him. You really can. But my God, do I love seeing a guy with all that passion. Even if he's not spot on with his take, he's so passionate about what he's doing and where he works. That to me is your leader. Strap the C on this man. He is fucking Charlie Conway. Let's fucking go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty. What the fuck do you expect him to say? Imagine if we came out here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your fifth favorite podcast out there talking wrestling right now. What the fuck do you expect him to say? Act like you're the shit because you are the shit in your own mind. Fucking manifestation is a goddamn thing. Why am I going to sit there and put myself down just because the internet tells me that I'm less than? Because I think too highly of myself. Well, goddamn it, catch up, motherfucker.
Yeah, and that's it. And I mean, people out there, if you're a fan of the other company, you could say, "Oh, that's not true. That's crazy." I've forever said my issue isn't AEW's roster; it's their booking.
But then I still like you welcome the debate, though. Have the debate. Even if you welcome the debate. If Ospreay's saying I'm great, welcome the debate.
Yeah, that's it. Let's have it. I am highly considering opening our doors just to anybody and all comers, podcasters, anybody with relative sense in their head that want to sit down and start doing joining a debate. I think it's something I'm very interested in. But KJ, you think we see a debut tomorrow of Double or Nothing? There's probably going to be some stuff for sure. There has to be. It's Double or Nothing. It's Tony Khan.
Yes, and to second what you said, we're master debaters, folks. But yes, there's such a thing as delusional confidence. I know, I struggle with it.
Again, it's like you're on the last place team in the league and you come out and you're like, oh, I think we're the best team. Everything's great. No problems.
Well, I mean, shit.
Your rhetoric has to change a little bit, right? Like, you got to be real about the stats. You got to be real about the moment. But to say we can outwork them bell to bell, well, that's a little objective. So you get away with kind of having that vibe. And I think he's honest about the fact that on the numbers, yeah, they're the only thing he really said where I'm like, that's a bit much, was like, we're on their heels. And it's like, no, you're not.
Yeah, but I very much get the whole, well, we will outwork you type of shit.
Yeah. And we said it, the wrestlers on the company for a long time, Nick, have outkicked their bookers' coverage. Like, they've literally, doesn't matter what the story is, what the build is, they're just, give us the bell, we'll go burn it down. We'll go have a banger of a match, and the fans are going to eat it up. And that will excuse and cover up some of the bad management decisions. We've seen it a lot, and he's not wrong about that. If they could all dial in together, and you have all that amazing wrestling dialed into like a good booker, this show could blow up and go wherever it wants. You get its old glory back.
Well, yeah, it's just, you got all the pieces, just put them the fuck together.
Right.
Well, see, you open the doors and we've already had people answer. We haven't even fucking unlocked the hinges, and you already got people knocking. Count us in, boys.
I think it's a fun idea. We'll double stream it between their channel and our channel, and we'll have at her. As we keep the gloves up, keep it clean, keep it respectful. But it is definitely, I think, some fun we could have with the community out there.
Can our tag team name be the Weapons of Mass Distraction?
Absolutely. But guys, that's Saturday main event. We are back tomorrow for 2 pay-per-views, 6 p.m. It's going to be a hell of a stream. Battleground and Double or Nothing. The prediction belt will be on the line again, as we will add up the scores from both pay-per-views. I think that's somewhere in the ballpark of 16 matches. So it's going to be a lot of fun, folks. As always, the weekends here are wild. We are back all week long. Follow us on all our socials, TikTok and all the other ones, Twitch, everywhere else. Go check us out. Be a part of the family. Be a part of the shows. And make sure you share the kind word. Use those hashtags. Nick, that was a good one. That was so fun.
That was very much fun. And that was, again, that show outkicked its coverage. It was not a perfect show, but it outkicked its coverage far and above. TK got ingredients. Yeah, he's got all the fucking ingredients. He just keeps making fucking chop suey for some reason.
Just shit burgers. He can't help but make shit burgers.
He keeps burning everything.
Right.
But our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you put that for life with it.
Have a good night, folks. Come back tomorrow. We got so much coming your way. See you on the flip side. Good night.